Okay, so we have Diana playing round 2. Exciting stuff. She, in case anyone missed the first round game, she was doing really, really well against the WGM from Azerbaijan. She had a winning position twice, but unfortunately gone into a drawn end game and then ended up losing. But okay, today, new day, new chance. We are seeing her play a little bit of a secret weapon against her opponent, who is an FM. I think she's 16 years old, from Bulgaria. And yeah, Diana decided to pull out the Scandinavian. Always nice to see. My favorite opening. And the Queen A5 variation. I think some scouting info revealed that her opponent isn't particularly good against that. But okay, let's see what happened. Pretty standard stuff. Queen goes to A5. Standard Scandinavian development. Bishop goes here. Pawns will eventually probably go here. Fighting to stop this pawn. Maybe knight will develop here eventually. Okay, let's see what happened. Oh, so her opponent castled early. Other moves are bishop d2. Some people also play bishop f4. But okay, castle is fine. I think, okay, Diana played c6, which is alright. I think better would have been bishop to b4. But okay, Diana doesn't usually play this opening. It's just a special weapon that she prepared. I think she knows what she's doing. c6 is a perfectly fine move, of course. I think theory is supposed to be bishop b4 because you want to inconvenience that knight and actually force that bishop to go here and then trade off your dark square bishop. But okay, c6 she played, rook e8, and now the common plans are going to be bishop e7, knight d7, that kind of thing. Probably knight d7 now would be good. Hey THG Jeremy, it's 17 actually, commentating. Hi, hey. I can take revenge on you for banning me now, so be careful. Have the power position. I'm kidding. Yeah, so okay, I like this position for Diana. It wasn't one of the very sharp lines with bishop d2 and then the knight coming here and exchanging itself. These things happen as well in the Scandinavian with queen a5. But okay, we went for a pretty peaceful line. I think Diana got the setup she wanted. I think her opponent tends to be a little bit uncomfortable in these kinds of positions where there's no clear attacking plan. So I kind of expect her to go a little bit wild and maybe start a kingside attack at some point, instead of maybe playing more solidly and taking care of this d4 pawn and engineering this break at some point. But okay, we'll see what she does against the Scandi. So how's everybody doing today? Jeremy, how are you doing? Are you back in Prague, enjoying life? Who else is here? I think later we might get a guest commentator. Luke Thekera is coming in. I hope. Oh yeah, Arahad, I think just something was wrong with the VOD, but I think it's going to be uploaded maybe tomorrow or in a couple days. I think we'll get the stream VOD from tomorrow back on. Hey JCAC, my name is Patrick. I'm a friend of Diana's. I'm just doing some guest commentary here. Just doing some guest commentary while Diana's playing. I'm not sure, I think you missed the game yesterday. She was playing a WGM. This is the second round of the European Women's Championships. She played well yesterday, but unfortunately lost after having a winning position. But okay, I think she's motivated for today and optimistic. Her opponent is pretty strong. She's an FM, but she's dropped a bit of rating recently, so I think there's definitely... I think Diana shouldn't be too much of an underdog here. I think actually... Oh yeah, if you can find the link to the game from last round. You can find the games here. You can just maneuver yourself to round 1, and then you can find all the games there, and also all the games live from the second round as well. So if you want to follow any of the games, Diana's game, or also games of other people other streamers or whatever, you can all follow them there. Yeah. Also, guys, remember we have the Darlington Classic. Our own... Wait, no, that's wrong. I think okay. Oh yeah. Okay, it's !Darlington Classic. We're doing a classic. We're hosting a classical tournament while Diana's playing the European Championships. It's going to be taking place every day, starting probably from tomorrow. You can play your game while Diana is playing, or you can agree at a different time with your opponent. You can have a game every day, and the winner of the tournament is going to get their own personal emote on the channel for a month. So, big prize for everyone. That would be nice, I'm sure. Okay, so Diana's opponent played h3. Yeah, okay, not too much out of the ordinary, although h3 is not one of the more, scary moves. Bishop f4 is the move I least like to play against because it controls this diagonal, and then it sort of complicates your development. It prevents the queen from dropping back to the c7 square, which it kind of likes to go to at in some move orders. So I think h3 is a pretty tame line to play against. And now Diana can probably just castle or knight d7. Should be fine. She can also think about eventually playing queen c7 and a5, things of that sort, and see what her opponent wants to do on the king side, and with what her opponent wants to do with the c pawn with the d pawn as well. So I think this opening went pretty good for Diana. I think white should maybe still have a slight advantage, but it's pretty harmless so far. And as her opponent tends to struggle a bit in these kinds of harmless positions, yeah, we'll see what she can make of it. Chat is very quiet today. Nobody here. Maybe we're on too early. We're on earlier than yesterday. Yesterday we just waited for the opening to finish up, and they actually took a lot of time out of the opening. Yesterday, both players, both Diana and her opponent, were in a bit of time trouble, even after sort of 20 moves or so. But today I hope that won't be the case, because Diana ended up missing some things in her own time trouble, and I think she would have won if she had more time on the clock for sure. So today, if she focuses a little bit more on her time management, that should be good for her, because she really played an excellent game yesterday. Just struggled a little bit with the time pressure in the end, and didn't find the moves to finish her opponent off. But yeah, I think if she plays like she did yesterday, I think she should have a very good chance, because we can look at her opponent's game for a second from yesterday. Her opponent played Elina Danielian yesterday, and she actually just got pretty much crushed without much of a fight. We can just quickly look at that game. So here is Diana's opponent's game from yesterday. They played this system with c4 knight f3. Her opponent is a GM, so a very strong player, obviously. Easy to lose to, for sure. But I think the way in which it happened, I think she just, even in the opening, she gave up a lot of space. She tried to remaneuver her knight and get some dynamics, but I think she was always just worse. And in the end, she struggled to find a plan and just decided to push her kingside pawns. She played f5, and then later she also played h5 and went a bit crazy without f5, f4, and without any real basis for an attack. She just started pushing her kingside pawns, and it didn't turn out so well. So she lost the g6 pawn, and then went on, to just basically resign after 23 moves. So let's hope for something similar today. We all know Diana can play aggressive and can force people to make very hard decisions very early on. She's not afraid to go for it, for sure. So yeah, let's see what's happening. Diana didn't move yet. She's taking her time again in the opening. Yeah, it's not too bad yet. She's used about 20 minutes so far, which is okay. Okay for now. But okay, we would still like to see her speed up, just so we can avoid time trouble like we had yesterday. So I think she should just play knight bd7 or castles in this position. She could also play h6, but I don't think it's necessary just yet. So castle or knight bd7, I think both moves are pretty similar. I don't think there's actually much of a difference between them. You're going to play them anyway. You're going to play both of these moves soon anyway, so I don't think there's too big of a concern just yet, because as long as you have the queen on the 5th rank, these d4 pushes, these d5 pushes are usually not going to be great, even if the rook has this control over the e-file. So I think, Diana should just quickly probably play one of these two moves and see what her opponent wants to do. I think this is not a good time to spend a lot of effort into calculation. I think these are the automatic moves you get when you play the Scandinavian. Is anybody in chat? Is anybody there? I hear a lot of quiet in the chat today. Nobody home. Yeah, Waterford Wizard. We prepared this before the game because of her opponent's style and her opponent's record against this. Yeah. She prepared this especially for this opponent. I think so. Yeah, I don't know what she's thinking about here. I don't think there are any other good moves. I mean, h6 maybe. Okay, h6 you could also play, but knight bd7 and castles are pretty much equivalent. Nothing's going to happen just yet. Hello, Beethoven's Lair. How are you doing? You're learning this line. Oh, that's good, Waterford Wizard. It's actually my favorite one. You can, if Diana's coaching you next time, you can force her to learn to show you all the lines, because she always likes her queen to d8 Scandi, or sometimes the queen to d6 one. But she never played the queen a5 one, but it's my personal favorite, so I'm happy she's getting to play it today. And yeah, I think she should have played bishop to b4 here, but okay, or here even. I think here bishop to b4 would be the better move than playing c6. But okay, I think other than that, everything's fine. Of course, in these positions in the Scandinavian, you're always going to be a little bit worse technically if your opponent plays the proper moves, but you're never going to be in desperate trouble. It's very solid. I think the structure we have here, with solid control over this d5 square, we can eventually bring the queen back. We can put the knight on b6, and maybe play b5 before. So yeah, and maybe also take some queenside space at some point if white forces us to, by playing a4. We don't want white to allow to build too much of a space advantage here on the queen side either. So we want to be careful of these things, but otherwise we have a pretty good position, very solid. And I think solid is exactly, it's not necessarily Diana's thing to go for very solid stuff, but I think if white tries to make things happen against this, I think then it quickly escalates it, and that I think is what her opponent is going to look to do. Oh, I can replay the opening for you. It was a Scandinavian defense. Johnny O. E4, D5, E takes D, Queen takes D, Knight C3, and Queen A5. So the Queen A5 line. Yeah, a little bit of a new thing for Diana. As I said, a little bit of special prep. Yeah, okay, and then just basically normal developing moves for Scandinavian. Usually you can always already know where the pieces are going to go. Knight is going to go to f6, this knight is going to d7, this bishop is going to f5, sorry. Then pawn is going to e6 and c6. And this is going to be the general setup. This bishop is a little bit more flexible. It can end up here on e7, it can end up on d6, and it can also end up going to b4 and trading itself off for this knight. All possible. But okay, in this game, we have bishop f5, bishop c4. That's one of the moves that's possible. Another move that's possible is also bishop d3, which leads to some trades. Or actually, I think Diana was planning to maybe play this on bishop to d3 and get sort of a more aggressive position, a little bit more double-edged. Yeah. But okay, this is the more standard one, what most people play. Her opponent went for early castles. Other moves to consider would be bishop d2. That's sort of the more forcing one. Then c6, and then eventually white is going to look to play a move like this and trade off the knight. Black's going to capture with the pawn towards the center, get this open file in exchange for the damaged pawn structure, and it's going to be a more exciting game than what actually happened. I think white went for a very tame line, actually, not very critical. And I think the resulting position is just, yeah, very decent for Diana, very decent for black. I don't think the space advantage that white has is too big of a deal just yet. Yeah, you get this pawn structure in several positions. You get it also in some positions of the Caro-Kann. Yeah, and well, in comparison to your French positions, I'm not too familiar with them, but I guess the difference is this bishop here on f5, which is nice that you have that in comparison. Whereas white's pawn structure is of course a little bit different than what you would have in French structures, I guess. But okay, her opponent played a4. Yeah, we don't usually want to allow them to take too much queenside space. So Diana might be looking to play something that prevents this if it's ever threatened. For now, this is like very solidly controlled. So even if this would come in, there's no danger of a queenside expansion for black. For white, sorry. Oh, that structure you mean, Johnny. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, of course. When you play them. Yeah, okay. I know what you mean. Yeah. Okay, I think here, again, I think she can play bishop b4 now. Now it's actually going to come with a pin, because we actually want to trade off this dark square bishop. We don't really, like, you might say our light square bishop is the bad one, because all our pawns here are on light squares. But actually, this bishop and this queen, they both sort of want to be on this diagonal, and they can sort of obstruct each other if you're not careful. Whereas this knight can sometimes jump in here if white gets control over these squares, and it's reasonably often happens that when a Scandinavian goes wrong, it's because this knight eventually gets into this square together with this bishop, and then you're in trouble as black. So you definitely don't want that to happen. At least that's happened when I started playing this opening, and I didn't really know what I was doing. That happened quite a few times. So yeah, that's something to look out for. But yeah, okay, so bishop b4, also castle, of course. Maybe you could play... Yeah, maybe you could also play rook d8. But that's maybe a move that you don't want to rush, because you might want your other rook to have the flexibility as well. But yeah, I think this is a very, very solid way this opening could go. And I think again, after Diana had a good position with white yesterday against her WGM opponent from the London, again I think she got a decent position out of the opening, with an opening that's somewhat new to her. Hi Mads. I'm very good. Diana here. Very good. It's a bit hot for my taste. It's like, I don't know, probably 30 degrees outside. So I let down all the shutters. And I actually have this gigantic bottle of water. It's more like a bucket almost. So at least I won't dry up. I might have to go buy a new one this evening. How's everyone doing in chat? Is everybody having a nice day? Yes, exactly. I'm actually just tiny. That's true. It's actually, yeah. It's a tiny bottle, and I'm even tinier. People tell me that a lot, that I'm tiny. I'm not sure if I should be worried about this or if it's okay, but okay. Can't do anything about it anyway, I guess. My wallpaper is fascinating. It's actually not my wallpaper. I'm at a friend's place. But it's cool, yeah. She has people draw things on there. And some people came up with pretty cool stuff. Some people just wrote some weird stuff. But the overall impression it makes is pretty good. Maybe we can take some photos, or I can take some photos of it and post it on Discord or something at some point if you guys are curious. I do not have an OTB rating, but my Lichess is about 2100, like around 2100 blitz. But I've never played an over-the-board game. So no, I don't have a rating in that sense. So you might say I'm unqualified to commentate here, but I'm looking to get a rating soon. Then you can know what my actual rating is. I mean, I wouldn't call myself her coach because, but I just help her with some stuff, but not. I'm definitely not her coach. Just a friend helping her out sometimes. And making her do chess, so she doesn't just not prepare at all, which is the hardest part of the job actually. So there you go, some inside information there for you. Yeah, that's true. Anyone you can talk about the games. If it makes sense or not, I guess you guys will have to figure it out. Chances are, well, actually this opening I know, at least yesterday we had a London system, which I've never played in my life. So I had to actually think a little bit, but so far not much thinking required, all standard moves. I don't know why Diana's taking so long. She spent 7 minutes instead of just castling in 1 second, as she could have done. I'm sure she knows that castling is to move here. I mean, she could think, I don't know, what could she think? She could maybe think of some rook move, rook to d8, or maybe rook to c8. She could be thinking of h6. Not here. Maybe this is more likely what she's thinking. She could also be thinking about this, but this I don't think. I think this works just because takes, and you can go here and chase the bishop away. But okay, maybe not what you want to do. Yeah, she did the same yesterday, but yesterday I think it was because her opponent played something unexpected, but this is actually just very, very harmless stuff that's being played by her opponent. So I think just getting her setup done, like she knows the setup, it's... Well, actually, I think maybe she might be thinking, okay, maybe in some positions in the Queen A5 Scandinavian, Johnny O, I don't think so. I think b5 could be an option. Well, yeah, I think Beethoven's there. I think her opponent's still very... Like, her opponent's actually... She was 2300 just a couple of months ago. She just dropped quite a bit of rating now since after the pandemic, but she was 2300. She's an FM. And her opponent yesterday wasn't that much higher rated either. She was 2272. So I don't think... Yeah, I don't... But okay, I mean, we all saw that Diana really played great yesterday, and she... actually like positionally outplayed her opponent for most of the game. She just eventually missed the win and then blundered in the drawn endgame. I think she can definitely play with these people. I think her biggest problem is not playing better players. I think actually her problem is, if anything, if she plays, she usually drops rating against low rated players because she tends to play worse against people who are worse than her. And then she has some losses that she's really not happy about. That's also why she was really unhappy about the loss yesterday, because she really wants to play the higher rated people. She does better and she has more fun playing against the higher rated ones. Okay, she plays b5. Yeah, I think that's a good move. I don't think this is a problem. I think, I mean, obviously white can't take this, so bishop e3 maybe, bishop d3 maybe, I mean, bishop d3 or bishop b3. I'm not sure which one's more likely. I think this is a little bit more ambitious, I guess, because you keep this idea alive for the moment. You eventually want to maybe get this move in d4. If you play bishop d3, you can get the bishop traded off, but at least with the benefit that black might have to take it this time, because I don't think black wants to play. Well, actually, maybe black does want to play b4. So here, and then b4, and then the queen is again defending this bishop. And if you take here now, I think this is just good for black, because the queen gets to a much more useful square, and after the light square bishop is gone, I think the queen actually wants to be on the king side. I don't think the queen wants to be on the king side as long as the light square bishop's on the board, but I think as soon as they're off, I think the black's queen belongs there, actually. Hey Luke, how are you doing? The kata. It does look very different. I cut it. Yeah, Diana's short-haired now. Yeah, she definitely knows she was winning. She definitely knows she was winning. Yeah, playing the Scandi, I can just show you the opening real quick if you want. She prepared this morning. The queen a5 won. Her opponent has some bad results against that. And like style-wise, I don't think it suits her opponent playing against this stuff. Something solid. And she went for not a very forcing line. And we ended up in this position. Bishop b3 played by her opponent, so not bishop d3. I think we can now still play b4 maybe. Yeah, probably we should, I imagine, because eventually this bishop's going to develop, and then, you know, things are happening here. We don't really want that. I think we want to keep things closed. We don't want to let the a file open up against us. I think if you play b5, probably b4. a4 seems strange. I don't know about that. I think it's pretty common that black wants to prevent, well, that white wants to take some queenside space, and that actually black would often play a5 after moving the queen back to prevent that kind of thing. But in this position, it is a bit different, of course, because the queen's still there, because her opponent never ended up playing bishop to d2. a4 full send. You might say that, yeah. So at Beethoven's Lair, by the way, there are 11 rounds. 11 rounds, and it's a Swiss system. So there are like 100 and something players, 116, I think, 117 actually. One person has a bye, and 58 boards. So plenty of opponents there to be had. Some really strong ones as well. Several GMs, WGMs, IMs. A really strong field. Yeah, there's a bye. I think the lowest rated person gets it as long as they're at the lowest score as well. I'm not sure exactly how it works, Luke. Maybe you can fill us in there. You have more experience with these. Yeah, the field has a big spread. Actually, I mean, there's not that many really low players. I think there's one 14 or yeah 1500, and then there's one 1700 or two maybe like Romanian locals, and then there are pretty much like 1900s. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. The lowest ranked player. Yeah, yesterday the lowest rated player got a bye because it was round one. Again, I'm not sure why Diana's thinking here for that long. I thought that if she plays b5, then b4 would maybe be what she had intended, kicking away the knight and forcing it to a bit of an awkward square, maybe. Maybe here, where the knight would go here, then we would maybe play h3 and drop our bishop back. So maybe b4, knight to e2, and then we could either castle or maybe play h6. I could imagine. My arrows are not on point. Sorry for that. So I meant here, of course. yeah, that might be true. Just checking things. I'm just a little bit worried about her time management because yesterday she was in such a great position, and this time trouble got to her. Okay, there she goes. She played it. Her opponent played 92, as expected. I don't think that's a surprise. Yeah, yesterday was really rough. It was really sad. She could have probably, like, she would have had a good chance of playing someone really, like, some GM or 2400 at least today. If she had won yesterday, and she was really, like, she was winning. And then also missed that her opponent hung a piece. But okay, that was, she only had like 1 minute left, and was a bit of a tactic that both of them missed actually, so it happens for sure. But she played really well, and yeah, I mean, it is generally, but yesterday she was in time trouble at like move 20, actually, pretty much, so yeah. Okay, so now we can, as I said, either castle or h6. I think I like h6 a little bit better, maybe, just to be able to tuck away the bishop. If necessary. Or we could also, yeah, could also castle, and then knight g3, and then maybe play bishop here, and takes, and then have the position open a little bit. Either way would be solid. Luke, do you want to come on, by the way? I'm feeling very lonely here. Don't like giving away the bishop here. Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, good. Perfect. B then Q, but the horse is a problem, obviously. I'm not sure what you mean. Beethoven's Lair. You'll have to translate that for me. Maybe this is the cost of Diana playing openings that she doesn't usually play. Her clock's running down a little bit. That's for sure. But so far so good. I think the position is okay. Bishop d6, then queen e5. What do you mean queen e5? Which queen to e5? I'm confused. Okay, so she castled. That's good. I think that's a good move. I'm expecting knight g3 and bishop g6 maybe. Oh, right, okay. But there's also a rook here, so. Oh yeah, I could definitely, yeah, this could definitely be improved, Luke. Oh, by the way, I still haven't. I just noticed that this isn't properly fixed. Okay, it's better. Yeah, this could definitely be improved. I just didn't really have time to set up anything, but yeah, I think we could look into that. I'm also not a pro with OBS, so I'll have to look into how to work that. But maybe Diana can do it as well. So okay, so either knight g3, another move. I mean, I guess you could play knight f4 as well, and sort of add control to the square, and then renew the plan of eventually getting d4 in. I'm not sure if it can ever work, but okay. Actually, in the mindset of her opponent, because Diana studied her opponent a bit, and just like she likes to play very aggressively, even when there's not necessarily a concrete attack. So another move she has to consider, or her opponent's probably considering, is g4, I would imagine, because that's just the kind of player she is. Just likes to push pawns towards the opponent's king. I'm liking getting the practice and having to visualize the lines without arrows as you speak, but yeah, analysis board would probably be more spectator friendly. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Spectators is probably better. I guess Discord, yeah. Discord, I'll have to open it real quick. If I can find it. It's not actually on the computer. What the hell is this? Can you do Discord calls over browser? I don't even know. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, you can call on Discord, Diana's Discord. Yeah, maybe not. No, it's just Diana's Discord. Takeda. I think it's. I think it's just Diana Mirza. Or you can find the name in the Darling's group. Yeah. Diana lost yesterday. Thranduil 72. She did really well. She played a really good game. You're calling.
Hello.
Hey. Hello. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. Just to meet the stream there. Do I sound okay? Is my audio alright, chat?
Wait, I think actually there might be some echo because the headphones aren't working properly. Okay, say something again.
Hello.
Okay, now, yeah,
Can you hear
okay.
me?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Chat, can you hear them? Can you hear him? I think it should work now.
How do I sound, guys? All right. It's okay.
It's okay.
No putting out.
That's good.
Bit low. Okay. Can you turn me up if I'm low?
Bit low. Okay. Wait, I can turn up desktop audio. I guess.
You can increase the gain on the mic. Yeah.
Desktop
Okay.
audio.
Let me.
Okay.
Is it on Lichess or I was watching it on Chess24, but I guess it's on Lichess. Right?
It's on Lichess, yeah. I can send the link in chat.
She's down the bottom, right? I think I have it here.
Yeah, it's.
There we go. Have it here. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So, hi guys. My name's Luke or Luke Scott. I'm the cat in the chat. I'm very good friends with Diana and Patrick. I'm gonna be on here doing a bit of analysis, liven things up a little bit, crack a few jokes, you know.
Liven things up, please.
Getting a few, you know. You know.
Yeah.
You know. Before we get started, guys, remember, you know, if you got that Twitch Prime or that Amazon Prime, you got a free sub, and you can use that once a month to drop a free sub in the channel, and you know, that would really help Diana and support Diana quite a lot with her chess adventures and her streaming. It would be really appreciated. So just, you know,
yes, absolutely.
Gotta get that plug in. Get that plug in. But anyway, so we got a pretty interesting position here. Now, if you know me at all, you know my opinions about the Scandinavians. You know, let's just say the less said about that, the better. How do I flip the board here? Okay.
It's on the 3.
So, you know, e4, d5, and black is already lost, but unfortunately, you know, well, let's say fortunately, actually, Diana's opponent didn't find the refutation.
yeah.
I'm just fiddling with my settings here.
Like many.
I have my board very, very small on Lichess, so I don't have to move my mouse that much when I'm playing Bullet.
I've always been wondering how people are so quick. That may be the explanation.
Yeah. So how do I get back to the game? Okay. Yeah. So we're really unfortunate. Diana played really well yesterday.
8 months anniversary.
It was really unfortunate not to get a result there.
Yeah, that was really unlucky. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, when I make a move now on the board, it's not going to come up on the stream. Oh, thank you very much, JCAK24.
Yeah.
8 months. Maybe really appreciated.
Oh, yeah,
Dredgy Buys is now a darling.
And big shout out to Dredgy Buys there. Very, you know, great supporting. 11 months. That's incredible. Thank you so much.
Wow, Luke, you already bring
I really appreciate. Diana really appreciates this, guys. It helps her so much. Helps the channel out. Helps the channel grow. Helps her play more events and make some more content for you guys. So.
Yeah, I think she's also planning to do some vlogs.
Vlog. That would be great. That would be great. You know, these big. If any of you guys haven't played in a big chess tournament like this before, you know, it's a really fun event. You know, I played in European Youth Championships, World Youth Championships, and you know, those are some of my best chess memories. There, you know, you're playing a big, you know, 11 or 13 round tournament. Everyone's together. It's a great time. You know, everyone's, you know, all the good serious players are there. You get to play some really good chess. And you make a lot of friends along the way. So these big tournaments, they're really fun. It's really good to be seeing them played over the board again.
Yeah, I think Diana's quite happy as well.
Yeah,
she's
I
back.
played the Irish Championships there, the regular Irish Championships. That was, I kind of had retired from playing like a couple of years ago because I was doing teaching instead. But I got back into it there, and that was really good fun. Really nice to be back playing, and
Yeah.
did a lot of preparation before the tournament, and it paid off pretty well. So that
Yeah,
was good.
that's
I'm
good.
sure.
I saw your
I'm sure
results.
Dana
It looked pretty good.
You saw. I could have done a little bit better. I messed up a few dead draws against some stronger players, but that's just chess, right? So.
Yeah, sure.
Amazon, Jeff Bezos calling. Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. We gotta, I got my vaccine, I got the microchip, I gotta do the shilling. I mean, that's just the way it goes,
Do you have two, or did you get your first
No, I'm
one?
getting my second one very soon. I'm getting it in 10 days, I think. 10
Okay,
days. So.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
Diana
able
was
to go.
also supposed to get it like in the next couple of days, but she's gone now, obviously, so she's gonna delay it for a little bit.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Is there any rest days, or is it just one game a day
Yeah,
for
there's
11 days?
There's one rest day on the 15th, I think, so Sunday, I believe.
That's very funny, Satwick. Yeah, Italy were very good in that tournament. It was quite enjoyable to watch. Germany didn't do so well, Patrick.
No, Germany didn't do so well. But
I mean, at least they were there. Ireland, Romania. At least you guys were actually there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look.
Diana was recruited in the Germany fandom as well.
I saw that you Diana, and was Emma there as well, I think, and you guys were
Emma, yeah.
went out to watch the game. Unfortunately, didn't get the result, but what can you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have the game here, but I'm gonna be making some moves, and you won't be able to see it. So.
Actually, let's maybe make a study.
Yeah,
and
let's do a little recap, maybe. Yeah. So, me and Patrick
One second. I'll just invite you to a study, maybe,
Yeah.
and then we can make moves.
Yeah, me and Patrick tonight will tweak the stream a little bit. We'll try get an analysis board up on the screen as well at the same time as the game is going out live, so we can do this a bit easier. So yeah, we're just gonna make it into a study here, and Patrick will have the game up in another board. So in case anything dramatic happens, we can do a little transition and flashback. Oh, Maurice, what do you have to say for us today? This sort of thing. If you ever watch
Yes.
St. Louis chess,
Brilliant.
very funny.
How do we? That's very strange. How do I get the?
We also have
the
some the PGN. I think if you go see where it says study PGN.
No.
You had it there a second ago.
Really?
But yeah, in this tournament, there's let me just grab the chess results page here. We got a lot of other big streamers. A lot of I've played a few people. This player on board one, Gergana Pachava. I played her a few years ago. She kicked my ass, unfortunately, after I blundered in time trouble in a winning position. But she's a very strong player, 2300. Of course, Diana's opponent yesterday, also a very strong player. Who else do we have here? I know Ellen is playing as well. If you know Ellen, also another streamer. All these players, really top players. Dina Blanky is also playing. Very, very strong player, good streamer as well. And I'm sure there's a few other there that I've missed. I'm not don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of the current Twitch climate, but
I think Andrea Nastas is also playing, and
also playing, yeah.
Bianca Havanek, or what her name is, I'm not sure how to
Lara Unik, is she a streamer?
Yes.
Seems familiar, I'm not sure.
Yeah. She's also strong.
So really strong tournament. It's like what, like 11 rounds, real marathon event. I wonder what Diana's expected score is, because the average rating is 2200 in the tournament. So
yeah,
Diana's average score would be maybe 3 points out of 11 or something, or the expected score for her rating would be quite low.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Any result that Diana gets is really, really a great result. So, and she's well capable of it. Diana's been playing these big tournaments for many years.
Yeah, she's doing quite well.
She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. Yeah. I mean, maybe if we had a little less Scandinavians and a little more, I don't know, Sicilians We might.
Actually, her opponent plays the Alapin most of the time, and she was thinking to just prepare for that, but then no, I'm on the wrong game.
Well, I'm sure Diana, if she prepared this for this opponent, she knows what she's doing, so it's all good.
Sorry, I'm on the wrong game.
Any luck getting the game into the?
Yeah, 1 second. This computer is a little bit
slow.
No
worries. Is this the famous Diana laptop?
Maybe. It's certainly not a good laptop.
Yeah, I think Ellen is in a Najdorf. If I check the games earlier, I think, and I think Ellen is playing a Najdorf, if I'm remembering correctly.
Okay, so we're back on Diana's game. I'm just quickly gonna leave you with this, Luke. Maybe you can just talk about it for a second, and I'll just I'm gonna set up the study.
Let me. Yeah, so we just had queen. So let me see. So we just had like you said, castles. Pretty interesting decision here with castles. I think myself, I probably would have gone h6. I think in these, I mean, I don't play e4, and I definitely don't play Scandinavian. But I think in these positions, you really want to keep the bishop pair on. You don't want to give white the bishop pair. Black has already made some pretty good progress on the queen side here. I think a4 was a little, I don't know, a little early, maybe. Let's say, maybe if you're worried about this bishop, maybe just a3 or something. Or just develop your dark square bishop beforehand. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I don't really play these positions that much, so what I could be saying could be complete bollocks. But we'll have a look anyway. But yeah, pretty interesting decision between castling and h6. I think I would go for h6 myself. Maybe Diana was worried about g4, g5, but I mean, look how many pieces Black has around the king, right? And the queen is also defending the 5th rank. So,
yeah, I think it's nice that she still hasn't been that she was never forced to move the queen of a5.
Yeah, I think pretty unusual for these positions, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it is. Yeah.
Normally, where the queen is getting chased around, like after bishop d2 and stuff like this.
Yeah, bishop d2 and then some discovery and trading off the knight and opening the g file is usually sort of the main line.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so the castles, knight g3, like you said, bishop g6, I think is, maybe if you're castling, you should open the e file, but I mean you're giving white a lot of play, and if we take on f5, the bishop on b3 suddenly becomes very strong. After c3, it can operate on both these diagonals like h7, b1, g8, a2. It's just a classic kingside attack. From a d4 position, right? So I like bishop g6 and knight h4, knight d5. Yeah, fine. I mean, this light square bishop is coming off no matter what. So just play an improving move. Maybe Black can try go for c5 here. But again, you got to be kind of careful. Do I want to open this position up that much? But I mean, we gotta start challenging the center at some point, right? So knight d5, knight takes bishop, h takes. We definitely don't want to take with the f pawn here. Guys, if you're a new player or whatever, generally when we're recapturing our pieces like this with pawns, we want to take towards the center. Okay, now normally, there's a few exceptions. Like if you think of exchange Roy Lopez, we take with the d pawn because we want to develop our light square bishop quickly. There's a few exceptions to that, but generally in most cases we want to take towards the center, especially in this position after knight takes g6. Taking with the f pawn would be, you're hanging the e pawn immediately, but even if you aren't hanging the e pawn, you're weakening the light squares. This bishop on b3 will become a monster. So yeah, taking on with the h pawn, and then queen f3. White is going to slowly bring all the pieces to the queen side. Sorry, the king side, and start an attack going. So
okay, so Luke, I invited you into the study.
Yeah.
If that works now.
Cool. Perfect. Okay, so sweet. So bishop f6 is the last move, right?
I think so. Yeah. I'll just have to quickly check back to the original feed then. Remind me if I missed any moves.
I will. Yeah. I'll. Well, I have the stream open on the left, so I can see the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So, hold on. Can you? So I made some moves there. Can you? Okay. Perfect. It moves on the stream. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, just to kind of recap what I was talking about there. Yeah, let's go back to, I don't know, like here, like H3, yeah, it's fine, knight B4. I think A4 here is like, I don't know, maybe a little early, but because B5 is gonna happen anyway, right? So there's nothing we can do about B5 here.
Yeah, probably not.
So, like, I don't know why we don't just play Bishop D2. Yeah, I mean, Bishop D2 has been played 114 times in this position. Bishop F4. I mean, I just like developing our bishop, right? Or even if we're really worried about our light square bishop here, just A6 or something, or A3, sorry, right?
Yeah,
I don't like I don't like A4.
I think A4, yeah, as you said, it's a little bit early.
Yeah, because it doesn't even achieve what you're trying to stop, right? You're trying to stop this B5 idea, and it's just doing nothing. So I think, yeah, like, I mean, is this, which database is this? Okay, let's go master database.
Yeah, I wonder why she
never really
like
been. The position's never really been reached in master games, but like on the Lichess database, you know, we have a lot of games in this position with Bishop D2, so not the highest quality games, but there's still a bit of data, right? So yeah, I don't like A4. B5 is good from Diana, you know, taking the opportunity, because once the dark square bishop moves, we can't get B5 in anymore, or it's going to take us a lot more time, right?
Yeah, for sure. I like that you got it in. Yeah. And this is also a way to stop that kind of queenside expansion, just putting your own pawn there. Because that's reasonably often what happens, that white will grab some space there.
Yeah.
Basically unpunished.
Yeah, I know in like some of these Scandinavian lines, like on one side of the board, white either goes like A3, B4, or A4, B4, or they go like H3, G4. You know, these are quite common maneuvers in a lot of the Scandinavian lines, right? So
yeah.
So yeah, I like B4 and B5, B4. You know, now white can never really get C3 in because, well, I mean, they can maybe in the future, but black is giving themselves some very clear targets to play against, right? We're gonna castle, we're gonna play H6, C5. Well, you know, in some order, we're gonna go like H6 castles, C5, open the C file up, and we're gonna have a lot of pressure on the C2 pawn, and you can never really go C3, because we'll just exchange, and you have another weakness again, right? So we have our nice little E pawn on E6, you know, nice at home. He's tucked in the blanket. He's not doing anything dangerous. And then you have this, you know, C pawn doing backflips off a motorbike. It's a bit dodgy, right? You know, a lot of ways we can come after it. So yeah, we have castles here. Yeah, we gotta, you know, castling's very important. We gotta get castled here. I think H6 is also fine. Maybe Diana is worried about like G4, G5. I know you were saying.
Yeah.
The opponent has a bit of a tendency to go a bit crazy.
Yeah, she does. Yesterday in her game, she played Danielian, so she played a gem, but she had a bit of trouble out of the opening, and then just basically started pushing her kingside pawns, and it never really came to anything, and she just lost in like 23 moves.
A bit of like hope chess, right?
Yeah.
There's not like there's not real any like call in the position to go for a pawn storm. There's no real purpose behind it. It's just kind of like, I want to go for an attack. I'm gonna push my pawns. You know, it's
exactly
something maybe you can get away with when you're like a 1400 player, but not against a GM, right? Do we have any new moves on the board?
Yeah, actually, I'm just refreshing.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, Rook D1 was played.
Okay. Alright, so not much has changed. We'll just talk about this position a bit more. So yeah, there's a pretty good argument for like...
Oh, sorry, I moved the thing now.
No worries. So white played Rook D1 here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, there's a pretty good argument here for going like, if I do this, will it make a new variation? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
There's a pretty good, point for going h6 here. Pretty simple. We're trying to. If I draw arrows, does it come up on the screen?
Yeah, it should do.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's a pretty good point here. We're just making some space for the bishop. We're keeping this bishop here. A lot of pressure on c2. But of course, there's some things we got to be worried about, right? This bishop on c1 is staring straight at h6, so it's pretty common sacrifice here. Maybe not in this, obviously not straight away, but maybe in the future it's something we got to be worried about. And as Patrick was saying there, Diana's opponent likes to kind of throw these kind of pushes in, right? So maybe she's a bit cautious about that and not wanting to, if this pawn ever gets to g5, it's like a bit scary, right?
Yeah, and also in some positions eventually, not because, okay, now the queen's on a5 still covering this, but eventually sometimes we get this kind of move, maybe like bishop f4 first, and then the knight, like we get this pawn on the square, and then it gets hard to get pieces on the king side to defend sometimes.
Yeah. Of course, like another big thing, like whenever we move a pawn, especially on the king side, we're making a weakness, right? This g6 square, we're weakening. When we play h6, we're weakening the light squares around the king quite significant, and this bishop becomes a little bit stronger every time we move a pawn over on the king side. So again, I think Diana shouldn't be too worried about that. She's got 4 pieces around her king. So, and 5 including the rook. So, and the queen is also very active. So, shouldn't really be getting worried about getting mated or anything. But your kind of archetypical, if that's the word, attack on the king side is on the light squares, right? So
yeah,
maybe we don't want to be playing h6 because we're weakening those squares. But I think again, like we have so many pieces. I think every piece can defend the king here except the a8 rook nearly. So
yeah, that's true.
I don't mind playing h6 there. And I think if there was some big sack on h6, it probably would have come up in Diana's prep in other lines, right? So she would be aware of it.
Yeah. Okay, so
castles.
JCAG,
Sorry, go on, yeah.
Time situation, Diana has 40 minutes and her opponent has just about an hour.
We're only on move 17, so need to speed up a little bit. I know when I was playing my tournament last week, my time management was really bad. We were playing 1 hour 45 with a 35-second increment because we were using protective screens over the board.
Oh, yeah.
So there was 5 seconds extra increment because it's kind of difficult to move the pieces on your opponent's side of the board. You have to go like under the screen to move them.
Right, yeah.
So, and then 30 minutes at move 40. And I had like I think I only had 1 game that was like not 6 hours long. And my time management was really bad. Like getting into time trouble on move like 12, like it's just terrible. Like, but yeah, knight g3, again, like I was saying, white is just going to bring all their pieces over to the king side, gradually, right? That's kind of where white wants to be playing. There's not really much to play for on the queen side at the moment. I mean, these pawns are a little loose, but there's no real way for no way for white to kind of these pawns. Sorry, I keep moving my mouse. And I'm like, oh no, they can't see my mouse.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm going back to the position now. I was just on the main game for a second.
No worries. Yeah, so these pawns on b4 and c6, they could become a little loose later on. But, right now, there's no need to worry about them. So that's why white is moving over to the king side. So yeah, we bishop g6. And white kind of secures the bishop pair. And if you know top players, if you know stronger players, we love the bishop pair. It's like a moral victory whenever I have the bishop pair.
Yeah.
But in this case, Diana has a very strong knight on d5. So it's probably not so significant. What do you think about this queen f3?
Yeah, queen f3, that's the kind of move that it's just like bringing a piece to the king side. I guess it also prevents this knight from moving for now. So that's a thing. But I'm not.
Yeah, I think it's fine, but it's not really, like you said, it's just bringing a piece to the queen side. There's no real. I don't really see a concrete way for for white to start blowing things up, right? Like now, because we've traded this knight on f3, it's going to take a while for our knight on g3 to get to e5, which was where we would like to put our knight.
I guess in some positions, maybe black would have wanted to play maybe rook c8 and then try to push this pawn to trade it off, and maybe that's sort of what she's playing against, to keep pressure on the knight. But
yeah, I guess this also, it's just kind of an improving move, right? We're not allowing black to play c5, and we're obviously, if your idea is you want to put the rook on d1, well then that makes a lot of sense as well. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good move. Again, rook d1 and then put the bishop somewhere, and white's staying fine, stopping black's counterplay. It's pretty important for black here. I think that they need to get their own stuff going, right? If we just kind of sit here and wait, then eventually white's attack will actually be concrete, right? So we do need to make our own plans. We can't just kind of sit here. But yeah, okay, so bishop f6, fine move. Knight f6 is also good here, but I guess we're unpinning the bishop as well. Bishop's defending g7 now. Again, both players is going to be a lot of maneuvering, I think, going to be going on here for a few moves. And then white plays rook d1.
Yeah.
Defending the pawn. Obviously, we can't play c3, and bishop d3, I think would also... Sorry, bishop e3... I don't think would be a great idea. We would probably just chop.
Yeah, probably
maybe
just
go
chop
c5.
and replace the knight even. Yeah, or that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and then suddenly all the dark squares around white's king are going to be quite weak now, right? And then suddenly our dark square bishop... we have
also this diagonal, yeah.
Suddenly our dark square bishop becomes a bit of a monster, right? And we can put our other knight on d5 eventually later on, right? So,
yeah.
So rook d1 is probably the only way to defend this pawn properly. I'm sure you can get away with bishop e3, but I don't like it. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I don't like it either. Luminescent, it's DGT boards, so the boards record the moves and then they're transmitted.
Yeah, they're electronic boards, so pieces have little sensors in them, and then there's a matrix level of cabling assembled in the playing hall to get all the moves back to the arbiter's computer. It's quite fun setting it up, but really not fun taking it all apart.
Yeah, I can imagine.
A lot of duct tape involved. I don't know. What are the? Have you seen the? Are you in Germany at the moment, or are you
I haven't seen the playing hall.
Okay. Did you see the playing hall at the Irish Championships at all? Did you see any pictures or anything?
No, haven't.
It was very well run. It was there was 2 meters between every board. We had a massive table, lots of space, and we had the big protection screens between the players. So very spaced out. So very easy to set up all the cabling.
Yeah. Okay.
Normally in these tournaments, especially. I remember playing the Europeans, and they were literally trying to squeeze in as many boards as they could into every single room.
Yeah, I've seen pictures.
Packed.
It looks like basically one long table and then a bunch of people squeezed next to each other. Yeah.
So I wonder how much space they are, because every single board is a DGT board. It's very impressive. For such a big tournament. So.
Yeah, that's nice. Because I think the announcement was originally, or it looked originally like only the top 30 something boards.
Yeah, it's weird that Chess24 and Lichess have every board as live, but on their actual link,
yeah, exactly.
It's only Johnny Cotlow, answer your question. Not that I know of. I don't think the Benoni is that popular in Ireland. I'm not sure what the Snake Benoni is as well. I play a pretty simple line against the Benoni. I just play h3, bishop d3, and knight f3, that sort of stuff.
I'm getting a bit worried about Diana's time here again.
Is she in the tank again?
Yeah, she's not playing anything after
It's a bit strange to be in the tank after rook d1 here, right?
She's thought for 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, Okay, chat. Here's a little question. Oh, that's very funny, Johnny. Okay, I'm gonna be stealing that one. That's a good one. All right, chat. I will have a question for you. I want you to look at Diana's position, and I want you to tell me what's Diana's worst placed piece. Really, really easy one to answer, I think.
Nice.
Well, there's probably two good answers for this question, but one I'm particularly looking for.
The coach and you coming out, very nice.
Yeah.
This channel does like to be short on educational content, so you can spruce it up a little bit.
Yeah, the rook on a8 is definitely one of them. What's the rook on a8 probably is definitely the piece we need to do something with. But you know, when we have the rooks connected like this, it can be a little tricky. Where do we want to put our rooks? What other piece do we think? But rook a8 I will accept. You get 1 point for rook a8. Well done.
Yeah, I don't think you get a point for f8 rook. I think the f8 rook likes to be where
yeah,
it is
f8
right
rook
now.
is very important defending the light squares right now. This knight on d7 as well. I want to improve this knight a lot. You know, it is covering e5, which is important, but this knight on g6 I think is also kind of out of the game right now. So we're not too worried about e5. Our bishop, of course, is covering it.
Oh, so Diana plays.
Oh,
interesting.
yeah. I saw someone suggesting this in the chat earlier, and I didn't like it at all. I was going to get to that move in a second. Okay.
Yeah, it's opening the light squares for sure.
In this position, Diana played e5. We'll get to this in 1 second. Okay. Yeah. Here, as black, I really want to play like c5, rook f, d8, rook a, c8, something like this, right? But obviously we can't go c5 just yet for many reasons. So I want to do something maybe like go like knight b6 and maybe try get it on c4 or something. But knight b6 kind of leaves our queen on a5 a bit stranded, right? So we got to do some improvement here. Maybe kind of like, I don't know, like rook a c8, just getting the rook off this diagonal, putting it on the c file. Maybe like queen c7 or even queen d8 to e7. These kind of ideas.
Yeah, rook c8 I liked as well. Rook a c8, yeah.
We really need to get c5 in at some point, because then we can really unlock the potential of this bishop on
I agree.
f6, right? You're putting a lot of pressure on the dark squares.
And I think if you're a Scandinavian player, e5 is not really a move that you ever consider, because it's almost always the c-pawn you want to break with, because you usually get some pressure with this light square bishop against this pawn, and you really like this pawn structure. That you have around your king, actually. So I'm not sure.
Now, e5. Okay, to bring back to what I was saying earlier, right? Okay, when we were thinking about playing h6 on move 12, when we play h6, we weaken g6, right? Very important to note, and a really important thing for any beginners or any new players is that when a piece is on a square, it doesn't control the square it's on. So here, us having a pawn on g6 is kind of practically the same as us playing h6, right? The g6 square is still weakened. So I really don't like this e5 move at all from Diana, because like every time you push a pawn like this, now the dark squares now the light squares are becoming weaker and weaker, right? This bishop on b3 its stocks have just risen very, very much, right? It's big earner, plus 10 points on the market, right?
And eventually there might be things like,
Yeah, so now I'm suddenly worrying about this g6 pawn, and if we ever get to dislodge this bishop on f6, we're going to have a lot of pressure on f7. So I really don't like e5. I don't like opening up the center here, especially when our opponent has the bishop pair. If we want to open up the center, we need to do it with the c-pawn, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Now, maybe there's some practical reason for going e5 here. I mean, we are going to get a lot of... I mean, if black captures, or white captures, we will get a lot of tempi on this queen. But, now our c6 pawn looks a bit silly, right? We're not going to be able to trade this off
Yeah, exactly. I think it makes
very
it a permanent
easily.
weakness.
Right.
And also now that we
Some-
have a pawn on g6 and no longer on h7, this little pin here will be hard to get out of
Yeah.
because we can't really move to the h file safely. We can't really play king h8 ever.
like white is going to be is most likely going to be rerouting this knight on g3 anyway, and now suddenly putting the knight on like f4 or something like that looks a lot tastier when we're putting all this pressure on the light squares, right? So
yeah,
yeah, it weakens d5 as well. All the light squares are really weak. I really don't like this move. Maybe there's a better player who can tell me why it's good, but I don't really see the point of it.
So yeah, what do you think? What do we think is white's next move then? Because taking.
It's a good question. I guess we have to look at taking first, right?
Yeah. Okay. So let's just, I guess, move it on the analysis board.
Also, another thing before we have a little look. We might end up in a position where black is just going to have an isolated d pawn, and white is going to be able to trade off a load of pieces. And for those positional players in the chat, you know that when we have an isolated d pawn, or the IQP, or the Isolini, depending on where you're from, we don't want to be swapping pieces off. We want to be keeping all the pieces on the board, and we want to be playing with the initiative. So every time a piece comes off in an Isolini position, the person without the Isolini's position is becoming stronger and stronger, because in the endgame, the isolated d pawn is very weak. So this also kind of opens up that opportunity. I know our opponent is a very aggressive player, but aggressive players can still play positionally.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to the analysis board and have a look at a few variations here.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess takes we look at first.
Yeah, I guess we have to look at takes first, right? This is the most obvious move.
And then, I mean, it does do one thing you wanted to do. It gets a square for the knight.
Yeah, it improves our knight, which I think we need to do.
So I guess we take with the knight.
So yeah, we get some tempi on the queen, right? And we're covering a lot of squares. Like, our knights are incredibly strong here, right? So
yeah, so in that sense, it's nice. Yeah. That's for sure.
I mean, I guess the problem here is that, like, the bishop on c1 here is doing a lot of work, shutting our knight down on d5, right? For example, if like the queen is going to e2, we would love to be able to play a move like, knight f4 and suddenly bring our queen over this way, and then suddenly black is playing with a lot of initiative, right? But yeah, I think after just queen e2, like what is what black up to? Like maybe rook e8 or rook d8?
Rook d8. I don't think our rook wants to go to the c file anymore, of course, because we don't have the c5 ideas anymore.
This pawn looks really ugly now.
Yeah, maybe we just want to like find a way to lose it with getting some counterplay.
No, takes is not on the board. We're just having a look at this line. Yeah, I think Johnny is pretty correct there that e5 was an attempt to solve this d7 knight, but I think the cost was too great, right? I mean, the knight on d7 wasn't that bad, right? We could have waited a bit. We could have maybe improved our rook first and then seen what white was up to, right? Because like we were saying a second ago, so there wasn't anything super concrete that I could see anyway for white in this position. There was no need to force anything with e5, right?
Yeah.
We can just kind of improve a little bit. So yeah, after like queen e2, I mean, white's position looks pretty good here.
I think we were sort of the idea of the preparation got turned around there a little bit. Like we were relying on Diana's opponent doing something rash maybe and not liking the winning game, but it ended up being Diana who went for the maybe hasty break.
I think you're probably correct there, right? I mean, okay, I guess we can say that like white's pieces are not like super coordinated just yet. I mean, they will be in a very short time, but the rook on a1 is a little out of the game. And the knight on g3. I mean, now the knight on g3 can...
Okay, so her opponent played knight to e4.
Okay, knight to e4. Okay, well, we'll come back and analyze this exchange later because it's a very different position. But yeah, now knight to e4 I think is a really strong move, right?
Yeah.
I mean that's probably the other move we would have to have looked up besides taking.
Yeah, definitely. And this bishop.
Yeah, now. Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of what we liked about our position. And
yeah. Oh, big raid. Thank you so much. Maybe you can pronounce that a bit better than I will because I will butcher it.
Yes, thank you, Alessia. I'm not gonna say the last name. I'm not sure. I guess it's Italian.
Thank you guys. Welcome so much. I hope you're having a great day. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. We're currently analyzing and following Diana's round 2 game in the European Women's Championships.
Hey Dirk, yeah, how are you doing?
Hi guys, how's it going?
Yeah, so I guess our plan would be to take the pawn, maybe.
Yeah, now I really don't like our position anymore.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Our dark square bishop is going for a walk off the board.
Walk off the board, yeah. Well, at least one thing we can now, if we get to take with the d pawn, we're gonna have to get.
Yeah,
we'll be able to get an escape.
But suddenly the bishop pair, which we were talking about earlier, is even stronger for white now.
Yeah,
right?
the bishop pair looks really nice.
Yeah, I think in these kind of Scandi positions we don't want to be giving it up, but I don't play them, so I don't know. But yeah, I think e5 has to be not correct.
So
I mean, I guess the knight is coming to e4 anyway, right? So
yeah,
it's not so bad.
That's true.
But I think e5 might just be compounding that by a lot.
Yeah, I don't think it maybe like I've played these positions, and even though sometimes you end up with these knights, sometimes like it happens. Sometimes like I'm not just at the maybe great level when I'm playing, but you end up with the bishop. Sometimes you end up trading, and you end up with decent knights, and it's often hard to play. But I think from what I've looked at in my own games, objectively the positions are usually not as terrible as they maybe look to the human eye. Which, I mean, it's not maybe much of a consolation because you still have to play.
Well, you're speaking to a French player where every position looks lost and somehow black has a slight edge, you know? So.
Yeah, okay, well, that's good. Yeah.
But yeah, I think maybe bishop f6 is maybe knight e4 is very strong, and white should just play knight f6 here instead of bishop f6. But
oh yeah.
And then just go for c5 anyway. Maybe that is a bit more concise. I guess the bishop can come straight to g5 and find a home there, and the knight will come to e4 anyway. So maybe that's not great.
Yeah, well, the good thing about the knights being like this is, for the moment they support each other, you might end up dropping, a pawn on f6 at some point, but you might get opponents on the c5 or something.
Yeah, I'm really not liking black's position anymore after e5 and knight e4. It seems pretty scary.
Yeah.
Now the dark squares are going to be quite weak around the king as well, right? If we ever can exchange this knight for the bishop, and the knight I think was probably white's worst piece on g3, so it's a bit of a god on e4. So
okay, so we have a couple more moves. It was e takes d4, knight takes f6, and
which I think is correct.
Knight 7 takes f6.
Okay. Yeah, I mean.
And then rook takes d4.
Rook takes d4. I mean, I don't really like analyzing with the engine, but I would imagine the engine is like saying slight plus for white here.
Yeah, probably.
Bishop pair, active pieces.
Yeah, it definitely looks like black doesn't have much to be happy about in this position.
Yeah, but white is just gonna go like bishop d2 and rook e1, and then I'm not really sure what black's counterplay is here besides trying to claim you have a knight in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah, that went very kind of. I mean, I never really liked a Scandinavian position, but the Iron position looked fine, and then it very, very rapidly deteriorated there. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
I think e5 is maybe the key move we're gonna have to look at
yeah,
after the game.
E5 seemed, yeah, I think knight e4 was coming anyway, and there was going to be some problems, but knight e4 definitely pawn to e5, not pawn to e4. Definitely compounded those a lot now. The c6 pawn looks really tasty for white, let's say.
Yeah. Although for now, I mean,
Yeah, for now it's fine.
For now it's fine. So
white can just play slight improving moves forever here, and the c pawn is always going to be weak.
Okay, Diana played rook to e8.
Yeah.
Rook f8, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, seems fine, I guess.
Yeah.
I wonder, is our opponent now gonna go g4?
She might just, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think white should just develop the pieces here, like.
Yeah, I mean, probably bishop g5 or something.
Yeah. Bishop g5, bishop d2. Just develop the pieces in some way. I guess you could even go. Well, maybe you could go like bishop d2 and c3, but is there even a need to do that? Probably not.
Wait, sorry, what'd you say?
Maybe white can even just go like bishop d2 and pawn to c3 and just try and play against the two isolated pawns on the queen side.
But, I guess they could.
But again, white has all the choices here, right? Like where I don't see the counterplay for black here at all.
Yeah, there's very little counterplay for now, so we're gonna have to sit back and. So finally,
this is hunking them down, right? You know.
Yeah, that is sometimes what happens in Scandinavian positions, though, for sure. But I don't think it should have happened in this way, at least. But okay, at least now, after Diana got e5 out of the way, I don't think there's any more options to lash out. So now she's gonna at least know that she's gonna have to sit back.
Yeah, I mean,
she has a clear
if I'm Diana in this position, I'm thinking that, I'm praying that my opponent will offer me a draw or something crazy. I'm really like, even just analyzing the position here, our idea of trying to play on the c file is kind of gone. It's going to be very difficult for us to deal with this bishop pair. I mean, I don't think white should ever be exchanging the bishops unless it's a big advantage for them. And, after we move the bishop on c1 and put our rook on either d1 or c1 or something, white's pieces are all very coordinated on the light squares.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we have a bunch of weaknesses. Like the v pawn is also, if you just because our queen is in a bit of an awkward place for now.
Our queen needs to be probably brought back to c7 or b6.
Yeah, maybe queen b6 at least formally comes with the tempo.
And again, I think white, after they make a lot of improvement moves, they can probably just exchange everything on d5 and have a better ending, right? With the weakness on d5.
Okay, so she played bishop g5.
Yeah, I think that.
I was thinking maybe we can play rook e6.
Rook e6. Yeah, rook e6. I'll just play rook d1. I mean, how to defend here, right?
I mean, I'm not sure we can really. Yeah,
I think white is very far ahead here.
Maybe just have to give something up and try for some counterplay after all.
Like rook e6, rook a d1. I don't know what, like rook a8 maybe, and queen c7. I mean, it's just. I guess we can play down this e file, right? And the queen will come to c7 and e6, or maybe we'll try down here. But
Yeah, maybe there's some things if white isn't careful, could let black come and do something. Also, I mean, we can think of. Does this lose? I don't know.
I probably can. I mean, I can probably just go rook a d1 again, right?
Yeah, you probably can.
Yeah, and then
all the pieces are looking at d5.
Yeah, I mean, you're running out of good moves as black here, right? That's going to be your big problem.
You are, yeah.
Knight c3 to trade the bishop. Ooh, interesting. So after bishop g5. So I think if we go knight c3 here, black will probably just capture, and if you go check, I move my king, and then I will capture with the bishop, right? And
yeah, that
two bishops for your.
That looks a bit lost, yeah.
Yeah, and f7
especially
is hanging.
F7 is hanging, yeah.
Yeah, c6 is hanging.
Everything's kind of hanging, and the bishops sort of. The bishops are kind of better. Here
yeah, the bishops are incredible here, right?
Yeah, they're.
Now we can go c6 as well, and c3 as well, and everything is.
Yeah, if you go c3 and get your bishop there, then
yeah.
I'm not seeing what you can do.
Yeah, like everything around the king is weak. I mean, it's an interesting idea, and there's a lot of ways for white to go wrong there. But I think you can just take here, right? And the problem is this isn't with like temp. I guess it's a tempi on the bishop, but we can just exchange straight away, right? So, yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything there.
Yeah, but nice try. I mean, it doesn't quite work.
I mean, those are the kind of things that you're gonna have to look for here as black, right? These little tricks. I mean, our opponent is not a god. They're like 2150. 2150 still make mistakes, so.
Yeah, for sure.
It's totally. Those are the things we gotta be looking out for in these games.
Okay, Diana's thinking.
What's the time situation now?
She played rook to e5.
Rook to e5.
That's another move that
better try than rook e6, I think.
To consider, yeah.
I wonder can.
At least you have some ideas.
You have rook f5. That's interesting. Yeah, and you're defending d5. I was thinking there, can white just go like bishop h3, bishop h4, bishop g3, and just have both these bishops stopping up black's position, but I guess rook f5 is a bit of counterplay and push the pawn up.
Well, maybe, what if white just takes?
If white takes, you take with the knight, c6 is hanging. Okay. Oh, sorry. So you take, can you go rook f5? Does that work? Probably not. Doesn't look very good.
Doesn't really look like it does.
I mean, you're still losing a pawn, right? No matter what happens here. Just queen here.
Yeah, probably.
If you just take, right? But maybe that's better than playing this, just playing a pawn down here and suffering, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe rook e5 is again a little hopeful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. You can just take, right? And like, is there like a tactic here that we're missing or something?
I don't see it.
Are you just gambling a pawn for some play? This bishop is a god. Like, I don't know.
This bishop is very good. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the double rooks and the open file, but unfortunately, there's another one. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's. I mean, yeah, the c2 is. It's not a weakness anymore, right? It's just.
No, you don't have anything to attack with. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It's probably just losing for black again, right? Um,
I'm actually really curious what the computer says to this.
we'll have a look
thing.
with the computer soon.
Yeah.
I think. How do I promote a variation? There we go.
Yeah.
So the time control, JC, is 90 minutes plus 30, and then an additional 30 minutes at move 40.
Yeah, so 19
So pretty
moves
standard,
to go. Or 18,
pretty
I guess.
standard time control for serious tournaments. Yeah,
Just
I mean,
moved
is there
again.
anything else that,
Wait, I'll just refresh my thing really quick. Someone's saying that there are moves.
Yeah, I guess bishop f6 is just very clear, right? I mean, you can, yeah. What else are you doing with the bishop, right? Like bishop h4, I guess.
I don't think there were any moves.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, like, so the bishop. I mean, yeah. What else are you doing with this bishop? Besides, well, you're not going there.
That would have been nice. That would have been nice.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you can come back to h4 and go to g3.
But that looks like it just gives black some time to do.
Yeah, but like,
untangle.
why would you? You don't need to do it, right?
Especially because even if you attack the rook, I mean, the rook can come there with tempo and then. I mean,
yeah, there's no need to do this, right? So.
Yeah.
Why does thinking about their 20-second move, Jaycock? Yeah, like the rook is like, yeah. I think you have to take on f6, right? There's no like bishop d2.
I mean, I guess you could.
Bishop d2 is just an improvement for.
I guess you could play bishop f4, but I don't see why you would.
Yeah, that seems.
Yeah, I don't think. But okay, the fact that she's thinking, maybe she has something in mind. Maybe she wants to. I don't know.
I presume she's just calculating the position after all the exchanges happen.
Yeah, I guess so. It would be nice if she plays something else than bishop takes e4. Bishop takes f6.
Yeah, so oftentimes in these positions, like, I find that you never really actually want to grab this extra pawn because you lose a lot of initiative.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, especially in these heavy piece endings, a lot of the time, like, one extra pawn is not enough. Most of the time it is, but there are definitely a lot of cases where it's not enough. So I imagine what White is thinking here is, you know, they're just checking, right? They're thinking quite deeply ahead about the position, about what endgame they're going to be playing, like what pieces are left in the endgame. You know, something you really got to consider as well when we're thinking about the endgame is like, you know, what pawns do I have left, right? Especially in these like bishop endings. I mean, I think the bishops are all going to be traded off here, but you know, if we have like a dark square bishop, it's important to be thinking about, well, my h pawn is more important if I'm white because, you know, h8 is a dark square for queening. You know, all these sort of things you got to consider before you make any big decisions about swapping pieces or trading down. So we think that White can just win a pawn here, but they probably know that themselves, but they're making sure, right? When you have this big time, you should be using it, right? It's like a resource, right? There's no medal for winning on an hour and a half.
Yeah, so. She still has 20-minute advantage. Oh, okay, so
yeah,
bishop takes f6 and knight takes f6 was played.
Okay. Yeah, so Diana is just happy to gambit this pawn on c6, I guess.
Well, I'm not sure happy is the right word, but she's doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks... yes. That looks very bad. I'm thinking.
Yeah, this... I mean, we capture, like, rook e8.
Yeah, rook e8. I imagine she's going to play that quite quickly.
Rook e8 just queen c4, I guess, is very strong, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And like we're not really worried about this, right?
Yeah. No, I don't think you are.
Like, yeah, what, like queen here, I guess?
I mean,
or like
yeah,
queen h5 an idea?
you can play for some
We
tricks,
can't-
but I don't
Can we
think.
go? I don't think this is doing anything right. Oh, I guess no. This doesn't do anything either.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of this works right. Like queen
This
here.
looks unpleasant. for
You just
sure.
have you just have the takes every time, and then you have like I mean that's really bad, right? Rook h4.
Yeah.
So I think if rook e8, we can just go queen c4. I think, right?
Yeah. I
Or
don't
am
really
I
see
missing
what.
something?
I don't think you are.
Now you're losing another pawn, right? It's probably just game over.
Yeah.
Like what? Like rook here? I just capture.
Yeah, maybe you play rook.
Like,
I don't know.
you
Or
can't go
just-
queen c7.
You play rook d8, but I don't think that even helps.
Yeah, you can just take here, right?
Oh no, I meant instead of rook e8.
Oh, it works. Rook d8. Ooh, okay. Rook d8. I guess I just play rook a1, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like again, I'm not really worried about this. Well, I guess I have.
You could do
rook,
the other way. Yeah.
rook e1 check, right?
Yeah.
But I guess rook e7 is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm afraid it is. Man.
So yeah, I think queen c6, and then queen c4 is really strong. So, and now our queen is really like short on squares as well. Like like queen b6 is again like this is grim for black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can just take this pawn and like queen c4 seems very good
Okay, rook a8 was played.
in the game. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now I think queen c4 and black is lost. Unless there's a big tactic we're missing with like rook check or something.
Hmm.
Oh, that's very nice. Jake, how can miss that tactic there? So yeah, if like in that line we were looking at with rook rook d8. Very well spotted, Jaycock. If you play rook here, we don't have this one, right? Because it takes rook takes, bishop takes here.
Oh.
Very good. Oh no, the knight on f6 is defending. Oh, very close. Very close.
Maybe you should play something like that. You never know.
Yeah. Maybe she blunders.
Maybe you should blunder.
Really nice idea, Jaycock. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. I thought it worked as well for a second there.
Yeah, that would have been cute.
Yeah, but
Hey, Salty
I think
Clown.
here. Hi, Salty. How's it going?
It's Patrick and Luke just commentating. We're just friends of Diana's.
Yeah, I guess queen c4 here is just GG, right? Queen c4, knight d5 doesn't work.
This is so sad.
Yeah, queen c4 is...
That was not a fun game either. I
Yeah.
don't think she had any fun playing this game.
Yeah, I mean that's why analyzing, especially analyzing GM games is really important. When I'm doing some analysis myself or with students, it's always one thing that I always find really interesting is like, this is of course like you're not analyzing with an engine, you're playing the game out. Is why did they not play this move? Like what was the reasoning there? And you're trying to figure out yourself why they didn't play a certain line. And those are the kind of points I find the most like useful, right? Like not the moves they did play, it's the moves they didn't play, like moves that I would have played.
And I think I think we can bring it down to maybe e5 mostly.
Yeah, I think here after what move is that? Sorry,
17.
Oh, you moved for me, did it? Or
yeah, I think so. And maybe also, I guess maybe castles, but I'm not sure. I don't think this is wrong. It's just led to all the decisions.
One thing I was thinking of, if h6, I mean, it is weakening g6, but I guess it's getting weakened anyway, is like knight f4, and there's a lot of pressure on e6 now.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't know if that's actually something we need to be worried about, right?
There's some danger. I mean, it is in some lines, for sure.
Yeah, like there's d5 is never really happening.
But we're not castled yet, so we can also, I mean, think of g5
like
and stuff.
Castle is this, I guess this is... Oh no, there's not enough pieces here to do anything, so... I thought maybe knight takes and then rook takes was good, but it doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
I guess you just go like queen d2, right?
Yeah, I think
or bishop d2 first probably, and then queen d2 maybe. I mean, this is maybe this is what she was worried about. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm curious what the engine says to this.
Yeah.
Let's just quickly look. Maybe.
But yeah, I think here if we're choosing this line, I think we really need here at this point. I think move 16 after queen f3. You really need to think very strongly about how you're going to set your pieces up.
Yeah.
At first glance, I think bishop f6 looks really nice, but knight e4 I think is really strong as well. So maybe, I mean, it's not. Maybe this is actually queen f3 is like just really strong, right? Because suddenly our bishop is pinned, or our pawn is pinned because of our bishop. If we go like knight f6, we're gonna have to spend another move sorting out this bishop on e7, right? Because this is quite. Yeah. For example, bishop g5 here is kind of nasty, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not winning anything immediately, but like white's position just looks better and better every time they make a move, right? So.
Well, if you play bishop d6 here.
Bishop d6 here. Yeah.
Maybe it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna go rook d1 or rook e2 or something, and.
Yeah, and then rook c8.
It's gonna take us a while to play c5 again, right? So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe castling before h6 is actually like it looks fine, but maybe it's actually important. We'll have a look. Oh, sorry, what did I just do?
Let's see if there were any moves, maybe.
We'll have a look with the engine when the game is finished, and then it'll reveal all.
Yeah.
Of course, but yeah, here, I think here move 16 is a pretty big decision of how you want to set your pieces up, and then of course e5 here. Like, after rook d1, I think maybe we can just play like knight b6 or something, or rook c8.
Queen c4 is played.
Yeah, queen c4 is what we were thinking. This looks winning for white, I think.
Yeah, I think you have. I mean, it's sad if you have to bring your rook back. Like this.
Yeah, I mean, if you play
not because. Oops.
If you play rook e7 here, right? Like, I just take on on b4, right? And that's a very easy position to win for white.
Yeah. There's very few tricks you can imagine here, even.
Yeah, I don't see any. Like, the knight on f6 is not even close to this bishop on b3 especially after you take on b4, right? It's just.
Yeah. So just a bystander, the knight's not really doing anything.
I'd be interested to see where the theory diverts. Like maybe b4 is a4 is. Maybe this is like another case of like it looks not great, but it's actually fine. Because like we were saying earlier, I thought this looked really nice for black.
I mean, I'm sure it's fine. I think.
Yeah.
Or what depends on what fine means, I guess. I don't think white could ever
Maybe
be
it's
worse.
knight d5 actually is the problem. Maybe
So
we
you
should
think
just go c5 straight away.
Oh. Okay.
Like, is there a reason to play knight d5
What
here?
if you play... What happens after d5?
d5? Okay, yeah, d5 is good, right? Is there something
That's
like
usually
c4?
that's usually the reason why this stuff doesn't
Yeah.
work. At least.
Oh, oh, this is no. I thought we had some interesting things after knight takes, but they just have this first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe then just rook e8 or rook.
You can also think of, well,
Can we find a better move than knight d5 here? Basically.
maybe I don't know.
Now I'm starting to think knight d5.
What if you play
not happy
knight
with, so-
b6 instead?
Knight b6.
Then bring the other knight to d5.
Yeah.
Because you
Maybe-
don't want the knight to stay on b6, as it would have done if you play d6 after knight b6 after knight d5.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
here, maybe
very
it's
true.
okay.
Yes. So like takes, queen f3, knight b5, bishop here. Is this
Yeah, then maybe you can
improvement? Is this
pull
an
your queen
improvement?
back. I'm not sure.
So like queen d8 here
Yeah.
to stop knight e4.
Yeah, there's nothing much you're doing as
Well, I
well,
guess you
but
get
I don't
knight
think-
e4 anyway, right? You get knight e4 anyway. Oh no, I don't, because I can take here, right?
Yeah.
So like bishop here. And then c5? No, this is nonsense, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that must be nonsense, yeah.
Although I would rather have that than this. So-
Yeah.
So
Yeah, maybe we have to defend this bishop or something like rook f e8 and oh look, this is the game. That's funny. Yeah, and then after like bishop g5, like bishop f8 looks not great either. Yeah, tricky one. Not like we just can never get c5 in at any point, and if we can't get c5 in, then should we be playing b5?
Yeah, I think that's quite often a thing. That's
Yeah.
why often you
Yeah.
play like your queen back and then a5 in these positions.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll check with the engine what's going on, but when the game's finished,
I think a lot
I'm
about the
very interested to
Scandinavian-
see. Sorry, go on. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot about the Scandinavian is like if your opponent is being patient, then you should be patient as well. And you
Yes.
don't need to play b5. You can just play slow. But okay,
Yeah,
I don't think it was bad the way she did it either. I don't think it was like
No, I don't
it just
think so.
ended
I
up
think-
being difficult.
Do we have any moves after queen c4?
No, not yet. I think Diana's
In the tank.
coming to terms, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably resignable, but
I don't think she'll resign. I think she'll
no, I don't think so either. But
show some fighting spirit.
I mean, yeah, you have. Yeah, it just looks more grim every time I go to look at it.
Yeah.
But you guys, you can see if you've never really played at a high level of chess before, like, or if you just play online, or you're a beginner or something, it can be very difficult to understand why you lost a game of chess.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Especially if you're not analyzing
your games afterwards. The kind of beautiful thing about chess compared to other games like poker or like Magic the Gathering or whatever, those or the other games that I play. It's quite easy in chess to well, not when it's happening, but afterwards it's quite easy to figure out what went wrong. You can go to a stronger player, you can go to the engine, but the engine, you need to know how to use an engine, or an engine will just make you more confused. You can go to a stronger player, or you can go to your friends, or you can just do it yourself. You can teach yourself how to do it. To analyze the game afterwards and figure out where you went wrong and what went wrong here. This game is pretty interesting because, like me and Patrick are saying, it wasn't very clear where black went wrong until later on, right?
I mean, to some extent, I think at the time, I think even when she played e5, I think you instantly said, ooh.
Yeah, I think before e5, I think. Like, e5, I think, is very clearly wrong.
That's true, yeah.
For, like, strategical reasons, for tactical reasons, I think e5 is really wrong. But earlier on, I think there were maybe a few choices made that are...
Yeah, maybe leading up to the thing.
Yeah, that kind of build up to, why you're in a position here where you're even thinking about e5.
Yeah, right? I think you should... Yeah, I think thinking about e5 is always dangerous in these... Like,
that's Paul 1e4 there makes a really interesting point. He says, when I analyze my games, I come to faulty conclusions. So that's where the engine is actually useful, right?
Oh, hold on. We got a couple of moves. 1 second. I'll just...
We had this line that I already put into the thing. Yeah. So we analyzed this. So, so queen c4, rook e1, rook takes, king h2, queen e5, g3, right?
Yeah. Okay. So...
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
I mean...
I guess you can go queen e7 here.
Queen e7?
But again, you just take on b4. But yeah, just to answer Paul's, or to talk about what Paul said there.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. That's where the engine is really, really useful, right? It's a bad tool to just put in the moves to the engine and then it gives you a number. Like that number is completely useless to you, right? Like unless you know how to interpret why a position is +3, it's just completely useless. An engine is really, really useful for when you do analyze a game and you do come to conclusions, and then you check it with the engine, because the engine will kind of give you will tell you why something isn't good or something is correct. And because you are already analyzing the position, and you kind of you're in the right mindset, you know what's going on in the position. You'll actually be able to understand why the engine is telling you something, right? So, for example, me and a friend of mine, Rudolph, were preparing for the tournament we just played a week ago, and we were doing some opening prep in the line, and we're preparing a line in the Queen's Gambit, and the computer kept screaming at us every time to play h3 in this one position, and it took us 3 days of analyzing the position with the engine and without the engine to understand why it wanted us to play h3. And we couldn't understand why it wanted us to play h3 in all these positions. It just kept coming up in all these different lines. Play h3, play h3. And, slowly as you look at more of the positions and you become more familiar with the positions and you see the different lines, you start to realize what the engine is trying to get you to do with, for example, this move at h3, and suddenly it just clicks, and then you realize, oh my god, h3 is a brilliant move. It's a really good it's a strong idea, right?
Yeah.
But just doing that once, just randomly taking a position you don't know and sticking it in with the engine is useless, right? What do you think, Patrick?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I personally, I have never really done such in-depth analysis as you have. I've never had to prep for a serious over-the-board tournament. But yeah, I definitely agree. When I sometimes look at the engine after my games, and I so sometimes I'll just see a move in the opening, and the engine says, "Okay, this is wrong." Either like I'll try for a little bit to understand it, and then sometimes I think at least I find an explanation. It might not be entirely the right one, but at least sometimes I believe I found the explanation. And other times I just don't see it at all, and I'm like, okay, I guess there's probably no point in me playing this if I don't actually understand why it's
right. If you're analyzing a line with an engine and the engine is telling you play knight g4 and all these lines, and you just don't get why it wants you to play knight g4, then you probably shouldn't play that. You shouldn't play that line, right? Because you're just going to go wrong very easily.
Yeah.
So Paul, I would say for you, if you're analyzing your own games, not sure of your level, if you have a friend who's a stronger player or something like that, that will probably help a lot, right? But I would advise not going straight to the engine. Even if you come to faulty conclusions, that's not a bad thing. That's still a good thing because you're still learning, because you're recognizing that they're faulty, right? You're not coming to a conclusion and saying, bang, that's it, and you're not checking it. You're checking it. You're realizing it's wrong, and whether you realize it or not, that's going to make your chess better. Okay, so yeah, 1400 over the board is a very strong player. Most players don't get above 1200, so you're a good player. Like, okay, so Dana played g5.
Yeah, g5.
I guess you have to go for it,
as good as any
right?
move.
Yeah, you gotta go for it here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think queen takes f7 is probably very good. Queen takes f7 and rook d7.
Yeah.
And curtains, I think. Oh no, you can't go rook d7. Sorry, you can't go rook d7. Yeah. Well, that's great, Paul. That's exactly what you want to happen, right?
You can actually go rook d7, can't you? Because otherwise it's mate if you take the rook. Mate.
Oh, because queen h5 is mate.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Mate.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess that's.
I just showed. Oh, sorry, I didn't show it on the board. I'll just show it on the board really quick. I was on the wrong one. So you were saying
queen takes f7
here, rook d7, and if knight takes, we have this little checkmate.
I guess. And you don't want to play a move like knight e8, right? That's really bad. No, you can't move the knight at all. It's mate anyway.
Yeah,
right?
You can't move it. Yeah.
So how do you defend g7 here? Can you defend g7 after rook d7? Oh, you have rook h1 check.
Brilliant. I guess you could also...
Oh no, king g2, sorry.
Yeah, no. Oh, you meant... Oh, right.
I thought if king here you have perpetual.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can just go king g2. Sorry. I thought we had something there for that.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Oh, let's just promote that line that Diana played. So g3 and then g5. Promote creation. Okay. So yeah, takes and rook d7. I don't think we have any rook h1 things, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I don't really see anything here. You can defend it for one move by playing knight g8, but that doesn't really help you.
Well, knight e8, you get mated again, right?
Knight g8.
Oh, knight g8.
But yeah, that doesn't really help. Doesn't really help. You lose it with check, and then you get mated next move.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say queen takes f7 is curtains.
Yeah.
I guess you can go queen e7 here. But again, if someone suggests that in the chat, it's not
Yeah, can
so
do
rook h1 doesn't work, unfortunately. Because the king takes. Oh, and then check and queen here, but yeah, you're just a rook down, right? So the king can always come into to h2, and there's no checks like this or anything. I actually had a very funny. I had a game kind of like this where I was sacking some pieces to try get a perpetual.
Yeah.
With the queen and the king and the pawns on F2 and
Diana's
G3.
very tricky. I mean, he's
Yeah,
definitely very tricky,
true.
but I'm not sure
Yeah.
if this position allows for many tricks, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see how you stop rook to 7, right?
Yeah.
Like,
maybe
this
your
is-
opponent doesn't see rook d7.
like this can't be. This can't be true, right? Yeah, this is just checkmate. Right? There's just nothing here.
I don't think there's anything there.
Yeah.
I don't think there is. Oh, that's
Knight
very
g4
sad.
check. Knight g4 check. I'll just take, right? And then
Yeah, you don't have anything on the h-file.
h1. You know, if I want to, I can even just go queen f3, right? So
Yeah.
I thought for a second that we had a stalemate or something with queen f1, but
That would have been nice.
that would have
We
been
have a pawn, unfortunately. Actually, we also have h8 for the king.
yeah. Is there any knight g4 nonsense? Don't think so. I think if you were going to go for knight g4 nonsense, you can't play g5, right? Like, the queen has to be able to get over here somehow.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's true, I
So-
guess. I guess that's not
Yeah, I mean, as white moved, I feel like there's not much calculation you have to do after queen takes.
I
f7.
haven't. No, I don't think she has moved. Actually, she's
Okay.
played rook d7. Wait, what?
Straight away?
I mean, I guess it still wins, maybe? Rook
Yeah, I
d7.
mean,
That's a weird
rook
move.
d7 is, I would call this a greedy move. That's what I would be telling my student if they played rook d7 here.
Yeah.
This is the greedy move, right? Like, there's no...
That's just...
Why are you playing rook d7 here, right? It's just...
Yeah, that's a bit strange.
Yeah.
But I guess it's good enough.
Yeah, this is such a greedy move. Like, there's just no reason to do this, right? It's like,
Yeah.
just play queen takes f7 and end the game.
Yeah, but I guess it's the same variation. You got mated there.
Yeah.
If you take the rook.
Now I really am looking for something like rook h1 and
I guess
Lock
this is one for the beauty prize. That's why
Yeah.
she's playing this. I don't know.
oh, is there actually
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I remember playing a tournament where there was a brilliancy prize before, and I think after one round I just completely forgot about it because I was like, this is just gonna go to like the organizer's mate. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way this
for
is
sure.
going to, like, how do you judge a brilliancy prize? You know what
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah, for sure. Also, I think in this position you can't get any brilliant surprises anymore.
yeah. I mean, yeah, okay, rook d7 is winning as well, but just no need.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it makes some sense. Like, I guess it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter if you play queen takes f7 first, or
Yeah.
maybe what do you have to play here? I don't know.
I guess if I'm white here, I'm just kind of worried that I overlook something, right? Where
Yeah, that's
queen takes f7 is like super concrete. It's very clear. Like, there's nothing.
yeah.
Where the rook on d7 is like, you know, this rook d7 isn't really coming with a tempo, right? It's not like I'm threatening mate in 1 here. Like, I am threatening mate in 2, I guess. So maybe that's not true what I just said.
Yeah. Yeah, it is threatening me, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you look
You
at
just
it,
can you
it
go
makes
queen
sense.
e6 and suffer, I guess. Queen e6.
Queen e6.
Oh no, just queen c1 check. Oh
Yeah.
no, but then you have rook. No, that's
Maybe queen
e8.
queen e8, yeah. Queen e8, queen takes f7, and then.
Just
I
rook
mean,
takes f7.
it's still. I mean, it's not really a game, but
Yeah,
you're
it's
not getting,
just
you're
like
not getting mated. instantly.
It's just like, what is white doing here? Like, I don't know. Like, what those moves just annoy me. Like,
Yeah.
it's like it's just like showing off. Like, just end the game. Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's true. Ugh. Oh man, this was a really unfortunate.
Yeah,
Game.
this
There was
game
no
didn't
joy.
go-
No joy.
Didn't really go as well as Black wanted it to, I would say.
No.
So
Yeah, I mean, she's always said that like she's a bit unhappy with her black repertoire.
unhappy or happy?
Unhappy.
She's happy. Okay, that's
Unhappy.
surprising.
No, unhappy.
Oh,
Unhappy.
she's not happy. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
she's
that
not
makes
happy.
sense. Because I mean, I've known Diana for many years, and she's always playing dodgy stuff with Black, I think.
Yeah, I mean, she's even playing dodgy stuff with white.
Yeah,
but at least it works. At least it works for her because she's white.
Diana is a really strong player, and I think if she did like a little bit of like serious work on her openings, she would be plus 150 elo like in a month. Like,
yeah, I agree.
like
I definitely agree.
Probably her weakest part of her game. Her end games are also. I always flag her about that because she gets a winning ending against me, and then
the technical endings, yeah.
Yeah. But those are easy to work on, right? You fix them in a week, like.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Where like, it's kind of funny. It's like Dan is like the opposite player to me, where my endings and openings are quite good, but my middle game is very bad.
Yeah.
So.
Well, actually, my openings are also bad. Just my endings are okay, and the rest is bad.
My openings are pretty strong. I think I'm pretty good at preparing. I do like a lot of really deep preparation. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess this is just you can just design here as Black.
Yeah. Oh man, this was not nice.
Yeah. I mean,
she's gonna be very upset about this.
Of course, I mean, she could lose to Magnus Carlsen. She'll be upset about it. Like that's just Diana, right?
Yeah.
What makes her a good player?
Yeah.
I think, like 2 tough losses at the start of the tournament. It's still an 11-round tournament, so it's really important to keep the psychology strong, not to give up.
Yeah.
Just get some points on the board because, you got to understand that it's a very low seed in the tournament. Like your expected score is very low, so you're going to be losing a lot of games.
I guess the reason why she would she likes playing the stronger players, so that was sort of something she was. That's maybe why she was most upset about losing yesterday, in that position where she could have done much better.
Well, yesterday she definitely could have got some points, I think.
But yeah, for sure.
That's the way it goes. I think. What was I going to say? Yeah, I found when I was playing last week, everybody is so booked up at the moment. Anyway, at least in that tournament, the Irish Championships, everyone I played was incredibly booked up. I didn't play anyone that they didn't have a clue what they were doing, and it felt impossible to get a result with white. Or sorry, with black. With black, I scored 3 out of 4 with white, and I scored 1 out of 5 with black.
Oh yeah, okay.
It felt nearly impossible to win with black. Like, I think the closest I had was against in round 5. I was playing 2300 FM, 2370, like a 14-year-old kid, very strong player. And it was a French. Tarun, yeah, it was a French, and he played a slight sideline. But luckily, Rudolph's opponent the day before had also played this sideline against Rudolph. So I went home that night and had a look at the sideline just in case, and it came up on the board. So got a bit lucky there, but yeah, I was just had a slight advantage. Maybe I was like 0.8 or 0.7 better after the opening, and I made a few inaccuracies, and then it was just dead 0-0 game. Like, scoop them up, it's a draw. blah blah blah. And you just make a balls of it, and you lose. And I did that twice with black during the tournament. But winning with black, not even close to winning with black in any of those 5 games. I never felt at any point in those 5 games I was going to win with black. Really, really tough. So I can't even imagine how hard it must be playing like at this level against really strong players, very professional tournament. Like everyone must be very ready. And yeah, we have Queen E6 on the board, which I presume just loses
Queen
by
E6,
force to
Queen
Queen
C1.
CH8.
Like we did, yeah.
Queen CH check is just game over.
Yeah, she
I
resigned.
presume. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just very unfortunate. I mean, Queen E6 is just a very polite way of resigning, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's before, do you need to go or
No.
what's the story? Okay, so before we cap, I think we should let's have a look at the position with the engine.
Yeah.
So let's go back to move 1 and let's turn this on. And I'm gonna open up the master database on Lichess. Very useful. I mean, I use ChessBase myself. But if you don't have access to ChessBase and Mega Database, the Lichess database is excellent for opening preparation. If you need to, just make sure you click the master button, not the Lichess players button. You don't want to be playing opening prep from some drag. Okay.
Yes, she lost, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dana had a very, very tough game there. Very tough game.
That was a tough game, yeah.
Yeah, so E4, D5, captures knight C3. This is all book.
I guess it was maybe a bit of unfamiliarity with the structures. That was the problem.
Yeah, Bishop F5 is a little... I guess it's the second most played move, so it's fine. Bishop C4, E6. Yeah, castles is unusual, right? Bishop D2 is by far the most common move here.
Yeah.
Cool. Castles, computer says equal, C6.
I think instead of C6, maybe you could have played Bishop B4. Because you don't necessarily like this knight in these positions.
Yeah, I agree. C6 has 42 games in the database, though, so...
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. I myself would be banging out C6. But yeah, Bishop B4 is something to look at. Maybe if you want to play like a cheeky sideline or something. Knight B D7 also has really good results. It's like 4 games, and black has drawn 3 and 1-1. So, oh yeah, C6. C6 is always a good move to play in the Scandinavian, right?
Yeah. That's true. I think the only thing is like you play C6, Knight BD7, and that stuff you played anyway. But Bishop B4, you may only get one chance.
Yeah, you only get one chance, right?
Yeah.
Definitely something to think about. Rook E1. Yeah, now we have a lot of games where Bishop B4 was actually played. I don't know if you have the database open, but Bishop B4 scores really well for black.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, so maybe move 8, Bishop B4 is like a slight improvement. I mean, the engine doesn't really approve of it. Engine wants Knight BD7. But, I mean, practically it's scoring very well. So, something to look at if you're preparing this opening. Bishop E7. Yeah, there's a few games. H3.
Yeah, her opponent played very, very differently from what would have been expected. She played very slowly, like she didn't try anything. That would have been good in the sense, like I think it's a certain unfamiliarity with playing against Scandinavian. You can just play like these slow moves, and then black just gets a decent position. Probably.
I mean, I'm a D4 player, and if you told me I had to play a Scandinavian, this is how I would play it, right? I would just kind of slowly improve my position, because I would be thinking that I just have an advantage. I just have a clear edge as white here, right? That's what I'm thinking. So I don't need to force anything.
I mean, that's like personally, many people play against me as well, and I'm always pretty happy when this comes on this kind of stuff comes on the board. All these slow moves, and I can basically just play what I want, and then I can even.
I guess that's your ideal situation, right?
Yeah, that's the ideal situation for sure. I mean, actually, I don't mind these little bit sharper lines where you play bishop b2, and then you trade off these knights, and you get some sort of sometimes you get opposite side castling as well when white tries to be a little bit more aggressive. These games are a little bit more exciting. But yeah.
But yeah, I think like we said, a4 looks a bit strange here, and computer wants b5, so I'm starting to really think that maybe knight d5 was the move where black went a bit wrong. Also here, bishop b3 is interesting. Like bishop f1 looks a lot more normal.
Oh, bishop f1, yeah.
With the idea to go g4 and bishop g2.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't really consider that bishop f1, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I know in the Benoni, this happens quite a lot, right? Where you bring the bishop back to f1.
Yeah.
And in some King's Indians as well, bring the bishop back to f1 and play g4 and try get f4 in as well.
Yeah.
And you go for a big kingside attack. So also bishop d3 here is probably something to consider.
Yeah, bishop d3.
But bishop b3 I think is probably like the third move you would look at as black after bishop f1 and bishop d3.
Well, I think if I looked at it as black, actually, I think it would be the first move I look at, because so often these Scandinavian positions revolve around like these sorts of things on e6 and d5.
Okay.
But yeah, for sure
that's good to know, though. I didn't know that. So yeah, I guess this is kind of I guess thematically this is probably like the most classical thing to do, right? You want to keep your bishop on access to both of these diagonals.
Yeah.
So, to go for the kingside attack. So yeah, b4 seems fine. Yeah, engine approved. b4, knight e2, castles. Okay. Wow. We were talking about g4, right? The engine wants g4 here.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's still giving me 0-0. So
yeah. I mean, I'm not entirely surprised at g4. I'm actually a little bit surprised that she didn't play it. If it's a decent move, then
it looks.
Expect
it looks.
To play that.
You'd have to obviously you'd have to look at this a lot deeper, right? Because I guess the knight's defending here, right?
Yeah.
Like as white here, I'm always worried that this queen is gonna just hold everything together along the 5th rank, right?
I'll analyze something. I played so badly.
So Diana's back.
Hi, Diana.
Hello.
Wait, so
Hi.
You can have.
I have this on.
How's it going?
Is this what?
I have it muted. I just can't do it.
This usually Oh, Luke is here.
Yeah, Luke's
I'm here, yeah.
Oh no, I just played so badly.
It's okay, we're having a look.
Wait,
it was a really interesting game.
I wasn't sure in the opening if... Like, in the opening, I was trying to look at this, but then I thought it doesn't work.
Okay, okay, let's go back.
Why is it so small?
Why is
the board so tiny?
We didn't want to.
What the heck is that? The board is so small. Hello, darlings. How are you doing? Okay. So.
Chat is so quiet when you're not there. It's actually depressing.
Hi, Mr. G. That's okay. Wait, here. Does this work? No, no, it doesn't.
No.
Okay, I thought I could do that. Okay. Let me see.
Yeah, so you played pretty well here. Interesting here after rook e1.
I think the opening
bishop
went
b4
okay.
is like bishop b4 is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the engine doesn't really like it, but it scores very well. So I'm not so sure though. Like bishop here, and you just bring the queen back, I guess, or castle. Just like Patrick was saying that, you always have the opportunity to go like. You always have the opportunity to go like knight bd7 and bishop b7, right? But we're not gonna have that many chances to go bishop b4.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Sorry, I'm just fixing the layout because I can't see shit because the thing is too small. 1 second. Let me find the red shit.
Complainamundo.
I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I brought a bottle. Oh, I'm so shit.
You had a decent
You're
position,
not.
I
You're not.
think.
Well, playing
No,
the
you're not.
Scandinavian. I mean, I don't know about this.
No,
but-
I think that was a good idea because she wasn't expecting it, and I think I was okay. Like I felt a bit, I felt quite comfortable anyway.
Yeah. I think 95 wasn't good, but we'll have a look in a sec.
Oh, okay, let's see.
Yeah. I
Okay,
think
so-
E5 and then 95 maybe.
Oh, E5 was also really bad.
I think.
Yeah,
E5
I
was
thought
the
it was bad, but I wanted to go for it because I thought it was just in a way. Because I thought B5 was bad. I thought B5
No,
was...
B5 B5 was
okay, I
correct.
think. Good, yeah.
1 second.
Yeah,
I'll just say
B5
that's
was
my
good,
bad.
yeah.
We were talking about it because, like, the plan sort of being, let's switch. The plan sort of being that waiting for your opponent to go crazy and make some rash move, and then you play E5, sort of it backfired a little bit.
Okay,
But yeah,
anyway, let's see,
B5
yeah?
B5 is good, I think.
Okay.
B5 and B4 are good. I don't know why they just didn't go bishop F1 here, but I guess Patrick was saying that you know, the bishop wants to stay here because D5 is often the idea in this position.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, B4 was good, we thought. We did all our analysis here without the engine, and we were just going over the game, checking with the engine now to see
Oh,
if
okay.
we were correct.
Thanks for
yeah,
coming into
92.
stream, by the way.
No worries. Yeah, here
Yes,
was pretty
thanks, Luke.
interesting.
Thanks for
So,
saving us.
what did you think about H6 here? What were you thinking? Did you think about
Yeah,
H6?
yeah,
or-
yeah.
like
I
H6,
actually
I
did.
think.
So yeah, I did actually, but that.
So we
that-
thought you didn't play H6 because of like knight F4, and
No.
maybe this is kind of like, was this? Were you thinking about this? Like bishop D2? Oh, I guess you have this one now, right?
Well, I
No,
just
bishop.
didn't like H6 because I thought. Wait, what did I play instead?
Castle.
You
Oh,
just
yeah,
castled here.
So okay, I was considering either. I was actually considering H5, not H6.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you, Jake.
Okay.
Thank you. Wait, what? Sorry.
JK.
Wait. Oh,
What?
that's what you were considering.
Yeah, not
Talk
H6.
about a pre-game plan.
Why H5? What's the idea?
Well, I thought the idea with H6 is to bring the bishop back,
Yeah.
and I thought H5 is just a little bit more active, and then, well, I mean, yeah.
Is there not
Well,
more
it also
weakening
like
though?
opens.
Yeah, I know, but
C5.
So basically, we were thinking here. The problem is that like, if you castle here, you got to think about like. So obviously, our plan is to go C5, right? At
Yeah,
some point,
yeah.
But it's like really difficult for us to go C5. So like when you're thinking about castling here, I thought like you really have to do a lot of calculation for like this position, right? For what happened in the game, right? You got to really figure this one out.
yeah.
And here, I think 95 is not good. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to play 95 to bring the bishop to F6.
We were thinking maybe basically we thought at the time this was fine, and then as the game went on, we realized the knight to E4 is really strong for white after queen F3. So I think you got to keep the knight controlling E4 and just
No,
go
what
for
happened?
like.
Shelby FX6 is now a darling.
Oh wow! Wow!
Oh, no.
No, Andy!
See, I think, this is the first sub we're
And
getting on
gifted
stream, I think.
Ferns 887 is
Like,
now
it
a
was
We also had
darling.
a big raid earlier as well, by the way.
Oh, who
That's it.
rated?
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Andy.
so much.
You really didn't need to. I didn't deserve it today.
Zaval
Yo.
Jeanette
I
is
should
now
have
a
won
darling.
it. I should have won if I get subs. But thank you, I appreciate it. Oof.
Yeah, here we were thinking like rook C8 and just try and get
Fanta
C5.
Chess Story
because
is
we
now
need to
a
do
darling.
something, right?
I know, that was my idea. Rook C8. I just thought like I should attack. I actually wanted Rook C8, Rook D8. So I was thinking for
Yeah, I
ages.
think that would have been solid.
Yeah, I think-
Freesia 224
I think the
is
problem is
now a
this move doesn't
darling.
really accomplish much, and it just weakens E4 a little bit,
The
right?
subs
So
are going
after
on
like
for ages.
takes
The
queen
underscore Winchester
F3,
is now a darling.
maybe you should just go knight here instead. But we thought again, then this is really tough, right? And then white just plays rook AD1, and I think white
Lefong
is just
Hua is
slightly
now
better,
a
right?
darling.
You can never get C5 in. Even though Luke goes on a bit. Alright.
Ministry of
I'm gone.
Thunders is now
See you
a darling.
tomorrow.
No, that's the good thing
That's
about
a
you.
good thing. You filled my silence, Luke. That's good.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Yeah, I
joking,
think
I'm
Patrick
joking.
is too quiet.
Yes, I am.
Olympiad
I like
is
to
now a
hear my
darling.
voice, you know.
Yeah.
It
Don't we
comforts.
all?
would it even be
comforts
better?
me.
Like, imagine if I was commentating with Rudy. It would be crickets.
Seven
Crickets.
Leo is now a
Crickets.
darling.
But yeah, we thought this position is also just
Okay.
like
Okay, so I was
like-
thinking Rook C. I just thought like once I saw Bishop F6, I was like, oh, that's really good. Just thought it was really good.
What did you think about? Were you thinking about knight e4 at all, or?
I don't
No,
think it's actually
no,
the
it
problem
wasn't.
either.
No, it
I think
wasn't.
just
Yeah.
e5 is the big problem. I
Yeah.
think then it just crumbles. Because your whole position sort of revolves around this pawn structure that you have, and it's almost always
Yeah.
going to be the c pawn you want to push.
So
Really, I
Diana, we
actually
know.
thought E5 was a good try. It was really good.
So like,
Could I have saved it after? So G5 was a blunt. I didn't see Queen H5 mate. I was actually so happy. You know, I thought I was like, oh my god, I have such a good. I was like, oh my god, I actually did so well here. How did,
Yeah.
After all that, like G5, I'm actually I was like, how can he make me? Because I always have the dice
We-
race to go, and then I was like, oh my god.
We missed it at first as well, that like 57 was the thing.
yeah, I mean, this is just kind of classical. Your king is under attack, and you know you've already weakened G6, and now E5 is weakening the light squares again, right? So
Yeah, because
to me, it seemed really
forever your
strategically
king
bad.
is sort of trapped.
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
playing it for strategy, and yet I was just gonna
Yeah,
blunder
I
when I go for
imagine
activity.
so. Yeah.
So what should I have
I
done
mean,
instead? Knight
I
B6.
think-
I think you.
We were looking at knight b6, but again, like
Because I think this is coming, and that's annoying.
I think bishop f6 is not good. I think you should go like
Yeah, I
knight
think you
f6.
Put it back. you admit that it was wrong to put the bishop on f6, and you put it back to e7.
Yeah,
That's the best move, but
yeah.
I think
Because
you
I think
could
knight
just-
e4
I
is
think
really
generally-
strong. So.
yeah, I think generally in the Scandi, like the general idea is if your opponent plays slow, you play slow as well, and if your opponent plays fast, then you play fast.
Yeah.
But she played
You
so
went
slow.
for
I didn't
the-
really- like we were thinking, or at least I was thinking that
But she was playing
here at
fast,
some
so-
point, on what move was it? I was
It was after this, yeah.
Yeah, here
D4.
maybe, or
Knight e2. Yeah, here actually
Yeah,
instead of
Hi,
knight
Daniel!
g3,
How are you doing?
G4. Yeah,
g4 is like the best move,
Oh,
I was
and
thinking
then knight f4.
that seemed
it looks
like
really,
totally her style.
it looks very strong attack for
But
for
maybe
wa-
she
for
was.
white.
she looked. I mean, she was just like tired and bored the whole game. She just looked uninterested.
Maybe she was a bit scared to go
She was the
G4
last
after
player to come
yesterday.
in. Like she wasn't at the board when I started the clock. She was looking around, and she just seemed really tired. Like she didn't really care.
Hmm.
Okay. Anyway, I want to see the end, please.
Okay.
Oh wait. What position is this? Wait, 1 second. Let me just see this.
Yeah.
So I castled the
Here.
knight here. And what were you suggesting?
Instead of knight g3, g4,
G4.
and knight f4 is really strong. I think.
Oh. Oh. And now.
At least interesting. I mean, no, not.
We were just
disaster,
thinking
but
it
you
looks
would be defending
more.
all the time.
It's more her style, is what Patrick was saying.
Yeah.
To do this, but it looks like this is actually correct to do anyways. Maybe we're happy that she didn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think, yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it gets simpler to play as black if you're defending. At least you have this
Yeah.
big picture where
Well,
you sort of
suddenly
have your
e6
mind.
is well. E6 looks not very nice anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I actually don't feel bad today. Yesterday I felt bad because I was completely winning, but I just missed a win, and then at the end it was a draw. I didn't feel bad today. I was actually embarrassed. But wait, let me just see something, because here. Okay, let me just see after e5. I don't care. I thought for 20 minutes I was like, I have to go for it. So let me see here. See, I don't even think it's that bad. I thought this was really good.
Well, maybe.
Well, I think
it's
as well,
not
like,
objectively that bad.
Rookie 6, I know! Oh my god! I was like, okay, when I saw this, I was like, I have to play Rookie 6. And then on the board, I was like, no, Rookie 5 is much better. But then, like, I had calculated
Well,
Rookie 6. But then I
Diana,
thought-
one big problem I think in this position, regardless of the tactics, is that you can at nearly every point here that white can just go into isolated queen's pawn ending, and you're just worse.
if they want to play even
Oh, to
even
take
slower,
it there,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
I think
Okay,
that's a
and you're
big
too.
problem in this position. Yeah, here I think you're just
Oh.
completely lost after
I
this.
have nothing. Yeah, rook F. Yeah, I thought that too. That
We
if
were
I lose
looking
that
at rook
pawn,
f5.
if they take here and I have this isolated pawn, once I thought that I was losing. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. What did we? We looked at queen e4 here, I think.
Yeah, at least now you're not losing.
Take with the G
Yeah,
pawn.
but
Yeah, with the G pawn. Then you
Oh.
at least can get out of these things on the diagonal.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just take here, right? And
Yeah, but
descending is just
you're not losing it at least.
no.
I mean, I guess you're still.
But I mean,
losing the
you.
pawn.
It's
Are you
pretty
losing
bad
the B
ending
pawn,
for
or
black, right?
how's it going?
Yeah, I mean, you can at least take the b pawn, right? So,
Yeah.
well, you got to take with the pawn to save the b pawn. Like, you take with the rook,
Oh,
I just play
right.
rook
Yeah,
takes
you can take
b4,
with the
right?
pawn.
I take with the pawn and I just go like, yeah, like queen e7 or even.
But actually,
Yeah.
I mean, this looks. Yeah. I mean,
I mean, well, black is probably going to lose this ending as well, right? Like,
I mean, I'm not sure. Yeah, no. Endgame magician. We know how it goes.
you know,
No,
b4 is hanging
I
again.
think like once I played e5, I was just committed to this whole thing because I looked into it. I was like, oh, let me
Yeah.
just double up, and then I was never gonna do. It was either that or nothing because I couldn't calculate everything. I didn't see the mate.
Yeah, here it's curtains, I think.
Yeah, I think queen c4.
It's curtains.
Curtains.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I think queen c4
Yeah,
is
just
very
queen
strong.
c4 is forced to win, I think.
Knight c3 before the rook was on the 5th. Knight c3. When?
Oh, knight. Someone in chat was suggesting this, but I don't think it works because
Yeah.
they can just
Oh
take,
yeah.
they
Yeah.
can
I
just
mean...
take and then right like he
Oh.
just
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't see that. I looked at moving the nice one, but I didn't see that. No.
Yeah, that's not good anyway.
Better than what I played. So how do I save the? Sorry. How do I save the mate? Can I save the mate?
No,
No,
I
I
think
think so.
after this you're gone.
I mean,
You're just gonna be
lose
2
your queen
pawns
at
down,
least.
right?
Right on.
Yeah.
You gave it a good try.
Okay, G3, and now I can't save it at all. Yeah. Okay, I missed the
Yeah.
mate. Never mind. Okay, I can't do anything. Queen
Yeah.
E7.
Your
Okay,
opponent
Queen
queen-
e7
also-
endgame, but you're gonna be down.
2
I mean,
pawns.
she's gonna lose. You're gonna lose the piece.
My
Wait,
opponent
rook
also.
d7. Rook d7 was a greedy move.
It was
Queen
so
takes F7.
nice.
Rook take the queen take the 7 is just winning though, and then rook d7.
Yeah, but the thing is, I actually just didn't see the mate. I was like, oh, rook d7 is fine. I'll just take it. Because I saw rook d. I stopped calculating after that. But let me just go back 1 second. Here. So what happens after this?
You played g5 here.
Yeah, I know. But what if I play here?
Oh.
Because this was another move I was considering. Queen
Okay.
here.
Yeah, I guess your H file is
Yeah, then you're losing your
is hanging.
piece.
Wait, no, that's mate in 3.
That doesn't work though.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
Okay.
it does actually. Wait.
No, it doesn't. There's mate in 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, so 1 second. So what do
I thought
they
you
play
ex- yeah,
here?
we had g5.
I mean, this is not that easy. Hey, empty statement.
See, now they're all coming out of the woodworks. They were too scared to talk to us, but now they're all coming out.
Yeah.
'Cause
Nah.
they got a sub. Thank you again, Waterford Wizard. I really
Maybe we
appreciate
don't
it.
have to give this check. Like maybe I can just go.
I mean, Bishop C4. What the hell move is that? Who's gonna find Bishop C4? What the heck is that?
Can't you?
Oh, just stopping Queen there. Yeah.
Could you also put the queen back? Just
Yeah,
as-
I mean definitely White has to work a bit more here, but still looks.
Oh yeah.
grim,
So
like.
I actually saw this and I thought Rook D8. So Rook D8. So and then after Rook D8. Oh, I didn't see G5. Okay. Oh, this is not bad.
Okay, if they play rook d8.
I think especially like they have a shit ton of time, right? So it's like They're gonna
but
be able to
Okay,
hold
so they're just
pretty-
gonna go like this and this, and then yeah, they have shit ton of time, but it's still not like the other moves that I played.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. A little bit tricky.
I mean, yeah, at least if they go like, I guess they could just go back to c4, right? Queen c4.
Okay, then
and-
I'll go here. Oh, queen takes f7 and defends f2.
Yeah, I mean,
Oops. Oh, empty statement! Thank you!
Faster Wyverns is now a darling.
Thank you, empty statement. I really appreciate it. Thank you for gifting a sub to Faster Wyverns. Wait, 1 second. So, what can I... Yeah, okay, anyway, I play shit. E5 is just lost, but I don't mind. That, I'm actually good.
That's good.
Oh, hopefully tomorrow I don't lose again! Ah!
Nah, you won't.
You'll be fine. We were saying as well.
Opening clinic tonight. Let's go.
We want to get an analysis board up on the stream so we can have your game live feed always like in the corner somewhere.
When?
Like during the
When we're streaming tomorrow, like
somewhere here or something.
can you show Patrick how to make a scene, like an additional
to make,
scene?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We can probably figure it out. I just
Okay, I'll
didn't
just
have
do
the
it now,
time.
1 second.
I just didn't have the time.
With your tiny little board, the poor people had to get
I
a magnifying
know.
glass to see what was going on.
Yeah.
1 second. So there's two board countdown. Actually, you can add the countdown here, and then you can just properties. You'll have to make a new thingy, and then
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a small one so that the live and just have like live board at it so people know that's the position when we're
yeah, and
analyzing.
then you can just change. Okay. Anyway, it should just be down here.
Yeah, definitely possible. You do this, you can put away the streaming PC thing. If you want it bigger.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll just do.
You can make a label or something.
Jonas and Patrick, we're hoping you become a regular commentator.
Ah, there you go.
Well, you'll have
You
it
have to play. You
for
have to
another
play.
10 days, 9 days.
You're gonna have to play some more tournaments that I can commentate. And
Oh.
I won't play either, so.
How's the playing hall and stuff? Tell us about that.
Oh, it's actually really good. I recorded some of it. It's on my
How did they let you
Yeah.
in this time?
Do you have a
no,
lot of
I recorded
space
it
or
yesterday.
Oh,
I mean the day before yesterday.
alright, right.
I have okay space. I
Like,
mean,
are you-
no one's wearing a mask and you just play like it's not really. I wouldn't say.
Oh,
I mean, it's
okay.
COVID friendly because we go in with you get temperature and then you have your sanitizer thing that you go in with. No one
Yeah.
uses it anyway. And then you have to put on your mask when you're walking around. But when you sit at the board, you don't have to wear the mask.
Okay.
Wait, let's see how
Yeah,
Valentina's doing. I want to see a few of the games.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
look at
let's
all
have a
the-
look, see how like
we're doing.
Ellen and Dina are
Yeah.
doing as well.
Yeah, I want to see Valentina.
But yeah, it looks very different to like our championships where we had like 2 meters
be on
of
the
space between
Yeah,
everybody,
it's way different. I
and we
think
had
if-
like
yeah.
the protective screens, the dividers.
I think if they had that here, we'd be playing in 2 continents because that would take up so much space. There's so many people.
Yeah.
Where's Valentina? She's playing next to me. Like in front of me. On the same board as me that I played last game. Okay, let's see. So she's white. Oh, she's doing that. I think she's. Oh, wait.
I mean, those pawns look a little bit scary.
Yeah,
Okay,
Black's position looks pretty good here.
Here. So she has nothing. I don't know.
The rook on
sorry,
A8
this is hanging.
as
This
well.
is hanging. This is hanging. This is mate. That's mate. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's checkmate. Actually, use that here, aren't you?
Played the flute. I didn't bring the flute. And it's a
It's
tin
a
whistle.
tin exactly.
Yeah, White looks a bit lost here.
Yeah.
Not
Wait
sure.
a second. The
We
rook
can
is
play
hanging. Wait,
each
the rook
other.
is hanging.
We can play each other.
Yeah,
Wait,
but the king is
Patrick-
hanging right now.
The king.
The king is hanging.
Oh, there. Wait. Oh, there.
And
Okay, so what can she do? King H2.
but then I think you can just take the bishop. Probably. I mean, hang your rook, but
Oh, Valentina's losing to
wait.
me.
Also,
I can
also
play
there's-
her in this tournament because we have same colors.
Hey, you could play her tomorrow.
Oh, is that a Slovenian? I didn't know that. Well, Valentina is from Moldova and she's a good friend of mine, so we're rooting for Valentina. Let's see, how about the rest? How's Laura?
People
Laura?
who we're rooting for in this stream. Danger.
Not my side, sorry. Let's see who else. Anna Maya and everyone else.
There was no Gokul updates today, so I don't know what happened.
Oh,
Didn't hear any.
how was the gym, Luke?
It's pretty good. My legs are in bits.
What did you do?
Here,
Um,
Josephine, my
So I went
countrywoman.
up and joined, and it was empty. Like there was nobody there.
Laura.
And I just joined up, and then
Oh, this is
warmed up, did some lifting, then went on the treadmill, then went home.
Some lifting. How much did you lift?
You lift.
Very little. I haven't worked out in years, so I was doing like I was like bench pressing like 12 kilos or something.
Oh, that was-
very light.
Ooh,
Just not trying to
It's
injure
good to
myself,
good to
basically.
start off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll
probably
increase
can.
very
Probably,
quickly
we
as
should
well.
probably get started as well, shouldn't we?
No.
You
No,
suggested
I
the
want to
workouts.
get it done. I mean, after last week, I had so many 6-hour
Pull-ups.
games. I was just like, I'm so fucking not fit. Like, you know, I need to
I
get
think
that
too
sorted out.
much.
Like,
What's up, chocolate?
how did Dina do? I can't find
I
a
don't-
single bloody game in this Lee Chess Viewer.
I'm not there.
Where's Chess 24?
Right. It's so slow.
Oh, let me show you lovely. Look who I brought to the game. Who isn't a good luck charm.
I mean,
They checked my bag. Oh wait, let me just show you.
they checked your bag.
Well, they check everyone's bag. They have to check, and then listen 1 second. Let me just finish eating.
Did I stop you?
Oh, Ellen beat a 2300
Oh, she won. That's so good.
But Ellen,
with
she...
black. How do you ever
Oh,
win with
yeah.
black? It's impossible.
So
Actually impossible.
let me show you our
Actually-
good luck charm.
Impossible to win with the black pieces at 2000 plus.
We have Mini Mundo here.
Which?
Lovely little fellow.
It's Mini
Oh
Mundo.
my god.
Isn't that cute? Isn't it?
Patrick convinced me to bring him to the game, and I was like, "No, what am I gonna do?" So I freaking smashed him inside of this small little bag.
Yeah, probably
I can't even
because
show
you
the bag.
didn't take him out.
Anyway, I put him inside. The person checks my bag. He's like, "Oh, mascot, that's okay."
See, now they know anyway.
Mini Mundo the mascot.
You might as well have put him on the table at that point.
No,
That's the
no, because
reason.
then
You weren't
if it's bad,
inspired.
if
you,
it no, we have to keep him. Anyway,
you went for the violence. Could you have went for the violence with e5 if you had this to look at? No. You would have had all the patience and all the loveliness in your heart.
yeah, loveliness.
Um,
Awkward not. She's Diana.
There you go. You
Hello.
finally see her for the first time.
Hello. Oh, it's not so late. That's good.
So, Anna-Maya.
what time is it over there? Is it you're 2 hours ahead, right?
Yeah, it's 6:30.
Okay. Are the games at 3 every day?
Yeah,
Okay.
except for the last round.
And one game a day.
Yeah.
Cool. And what is it like? Where are you guys staying? Well, don't say where exactly. But
Yeah, it's actually really nice. It's in the center of Yash.
very
It's really
nice.
really pretty actually.
I need to come to Romania sometime to
Of
play a
course you
tournament.
do.
Come now.
I don't know. I
Luke.
can't
Come
believe
on.
I still haven't gone. Like,
It's so good.
It's a big apartment, Luke.
oh, nice.
It's really
Yeah, I
good.
wonder
can-
what was
you-
going on behind you there
You
on
can
the
come.
wall.
Oh yeah, it's just some drawings.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm getting my second vaccine soon, but I'm not going to be
Great.
playing any tournaments until after college is finished. So
So when
I
are
have
you
to take
starting?
that seriously.
Are you going back?
The 13th of September. So I
Until
might
it's
play
finished.
something at Christmas.
But other than that, I'm not playing till like May. So
Yeah.
like nothing abroad till like May. I might play Bunratty if it's on, but that's it. I'm playing City of Dublin actually,
Oh, when's that?
Oh. the 10th of September, but it's like a 5-round tournament. So
How did Andrea do? Let me see.
Um,
Oh yeah, how is the Darling Cup?
Well, I said something about it, but nobody really reacted, and
Where are you going now?
what is the Darling Cup?
Luke, you can play. We can both play well.
The Darling Cup is a subscriber tournament for the Darlings.
We have 2 signups so
okay.
far. It's gonna be a win.
When
is it on?
They're mad.
Well, it's on every day while I'm here.
Wait.
Wizard.
Classical chess.
Well, 30 plus 15, I think we did we?
I mean,
Well,
that's
you said
a
something
bit,
about actual classical. You said like 60 plus something.
that's a bit
We didn't
long now
react too
for
much.
me.
You said, Patrick, don't feel bad.
But yeah, that's
Too
a bit
inspired
of a commitment, you know.
Yeah, it's only for the people that are interested in going through the torture that I'm going through.
So nobody basically.
I did that last week, so I'm okay.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to be
Rudolph
playing
did
the
so
lad.
well. Rudolph did so well last week as well, with a shit ton of rating points.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I saw.
How
He's
many
almost
rating
back at
points?
2k.
Oh, Andrea won!
Oh, not bad.
Andrea's coming over.
Oh yeah, brilliant. Wait, is this here?
Is Andrea
Is this
She's
her?
studying in America?
No,
Diana. This
Oh.
her?
no, that's a different Andrea.
Oh no, it's not.
That's her
Oh,
roommate.
never mind.
That's her roommate.
Never mind. I know
Um,
actually her name. I don't
Where
know her
are your other
She's
mates
playing
that I've met?
34. Who?
last name.
Like Brianna and Emma, where are
Brianna
they
isn't
not
playing.
playing?
Emma, they're not playing, no.
Okay.
Here.
Oh, she was playing Romanian. Oh, she won! Oh, my God, that's so good!
Against the WGM.
That's so good that she won. Woohoo! That's really good.
Lots of results.
She's
Okay, so what's
Elsium,
this
by
all?
the way, so follow her on. She's also a streamer. Let me just give her a shout out. This is Elsium. She's doing really well. She's on 1.5.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Yeah,
This
that's
is her
pretty good.
channel, so
1.5
go
out of
check her
2
out.
views. Very nice.
So we're gonna have white tomorrow. So what's the plan? What's our big
Well,
damage
depends
dealer?
depends who we're playing
Oh yeah, I
When
forgot.
are we finding
You
out,
do that.
by the way?
when the rounds are finished.
As soon
Yeah.
as the rounds are finished?
Well, yeah, like an hour or so. Are these open? No, good. Because I don't want them to be open or saving them.
These are
Yeah, but they're
empty.
ew. They're stale.
Stay. I didn't do them with the thingy, I guess.
Oh, Elysium! Is it Elysium? I thought it was Elsium. Wait, let me just search something.
I thought it was Elsium.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
it's
lot of
Elsium.
people in Riga. I was gonna go to Riga, but
Oh yeah, how come you didn't go?
because I have to have both my vaccinations to go. So
Yeah,
Really?
some people take it more seriously
Yeah.
than others.
I'd have to quarantine for like 10 days if I didn't.
Again,
So.
some people take them. No, but isn't there like an athlete exception or something?
There is. It's
'Cause
rule
you-
number
No, you
17.
There is one here.
You still have to stay in a place for 10 days. So
Really?
Is really?
Yes,
Have you
in
had both your
Romania.
vaccinations?
In Romania,
I think so. Yeah.
In Romania, it said that you don't have to quarantine at all when you're an athlete.
Yeah. That sucks for me. But anyway, I'm kind of glad I didn't go because I'm absolutely wrecked. Like
You gained rating, didn't you?
I gained like 26 rating points.
That's not bad.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I should have gained a bit more. Like I messed up some games, but rating gain is rating gain. So I feel I was playing really well. I felt, apart from maybe like the last game, I played the last game pretty badly. But I definitely feel much stronger player now. So
Yeah, I think you did well. I actually did. I think you played really well.
it's almost like the hard work
Did you look at
I
the
did
games?
for the first time in my life paid off. You know, it's like who could have guessed? Like actually working works. You know.
Yeah, can't relate to that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out maybe someday.
Yeah.
I see.
But yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of chess study, like, but I won't be playing for a while. So hopefully come
Really?
back and
Luke,
just smash
perfect.
everyone.
We should do some
Okay,
Yeah.
study streams or something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, I'm still going to be doing a lot of
That's a
teaching.
no! That's a no!
I was not
Well, I
really
like
serious
studying on
about
my
it.
own. I don't like doing it online. I don't like doing it
I
online.
know, I wasn't
You
Ah.
that
just
serious about it.
But I still want to focus on like.
retract.
No, it was-
Retract.
I still want to focus on like teaching and stuff. So.
Nothing.
Yeah, same.
Um,
I actually might
like
even
the
have a
pri-
lesson.
the primary schools.
Today?
Yeah, let me just check something.
Nice.
Say that
Yeah,
again,
one
the
of my
primary
s-
schools?
Just lost
The
all
primary
my-
schools should be back soon, so I'll be able to teach there. And also the yeah, like one of my students won one of the tournaments at the Irish, so I'm very happy. Actually, two of them did. One of them won it outright. He won the first weekend, and another one
Oh,
he won the
yeah.
open weekender.
Yeah, that's so,
So-
good.
Ah,
Pretty happy with that.
Kingmaker.
Really
Yeah.
Luke,
Yeah,
it was good.
you're in demand.
See, I told
I'm
you.
in demand. Yeah.
It's the
Kinda,
natural
yeah.
chemistry. You can just be my coach, Luke. That works too.
I think I'm not good enough to coach you.
Hmm.
Really?
I'm more like under 1600 players, you know.
No, I think
So-
I think you can because you can help with openings and stuff, and then the rest you
Yeah,
can
I
do
can.
together.
We can study together, but I wouldn't be able to charge you for it. Like,
Even better.
but yeah, we like Diana. We need to get your openings sorted out. Like, you know,
That's well, yeah.
you would be such a stronger player
Starting
if you
in
had
the evening
a.
from now on.
Well, I don't know because
you
yesterday I
had
actually played
good
really
openings.
well in the opening. So
You
Yeah, the
did,
opening
yeah.
was good.
Yesterday you played
Except for
really
the
well,
time trouble.
but you had no time,
I didn't have any time
Which is a
today
big-
either.
which is a problem.
She's also in the tournament.
My time management was terrible as well, so it's just a bit of rust. Like,
Yeah, everyone is saying that actually everyone's well, not everyone, but Valentina said like she noticed that everyone's getting into time trouble in the classical tournaments. Like,
yeah, I think people are just rusty, and
Hey, your opponent.
They
has
also-
played- Sorry.
I think also people want to make more of the games, right? Because they haven't played in so long.
Hmm.
So they're really trying their hardest to get results.
yeah,
So, like when you're playing like 200 FIDE games a year, like who gives a crap if like you mess one up? Like when you played 9 in the last 2 years, it's a lot more impactful, right?
yeah. Let me just see that game. Like, what happened with Valentina? 22. Oh no, she finished. She lost the game.
Yeah.
And are you gonna play the Irish Women's Championships?
When is it? I don't know.
I presumed you would have known that, to be honest, but
No, I don't.
it's the 18th and 19th of September.
Oh, I might be
That's
in
about timing,
Birmingham. Actually, maybe not.
Okay.
Actually, maybe I will be. Actually, maybe not because I'll have both vaccinations. I don't think I'll need to quarantine. Otherwise,
It's only
I'll have to-
4 rounds. It's only 4 rounds.
Yeah, as usual, it's the most
That's
bullshit
such a weird
thing.
tournament. Like
It's such bullshit.
three-way tie for first.
No,
or
it's
something.
actually complete bullshit.
That's a bit weird.
Only 5 entries so far.
Huh. Horrible.
Oh, Dina. What is this? Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. Black
That's a
didn't have a
green.
green.
But what are we thinking? We'll probably go for black, isn't it? At least white can't win. I would assume. Wait, who's going for the white one?
I guess. Oh, this is actually tough for white. For white.
Yeah, I think so too. Just come in, it's unlocked.
Ah, you can. What's this keys?
Oh, sorry.
Andrea's here. Hello.
Hi.
Big
Well
screen.
done.
Welcome.
Congratulations. We're in here.
Hey, well played.
Thank you. I prepared her. I prepared for her 29 moves.
Oh, wow. That's good.
Hi.
Here's Andrea.
That's so good.
She's.
Hi, Andrea.
Luke says hi. He's on Colosseum with us.
We can just.
You can hear him through here. Actually, no, because then you can hear, so you can move and I'll stay with Andrea. She can analyze our game. Her game.
I'll probably go if there's 3 of yous here
Oh
in
my God.
person. So
So
Okay.
my coach was really happy.
hey,
Okay. 1 second. Shh, for a second.
Wait, give me that one.
Okay. So.
yeah, thanks for having me on. I'll be back tomorrow.
My
Yeah, Luke, by the way.
If I'm not doing anything
Yeah. So.
to provide the color commentary, let's say.
Well, I really appreciate that you come in because you
Yeah,
make my
no
stream
worries.
so much better.
All right,
thank
well,
you so
best
much
of luck.
for- Thank
Okay,
you for analyzing.
do your best. White tomorrow, lots of prep. I want to see some points on the board. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna be ripping the shit out of you while you're playing. So you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, do your
Anyway,
best.
I'll
okay.
see you soon. Thank you for
Bye.
coming. Luke. Bye. Bye. Bye.
No worries. Have a
Bye.
good day.
Everyone say thanks, Luke. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So here's Andrea. Congratulations, proud of you for today.
Thank you! I'm proud of myself as well.
Wait, come in. You're not in the thing. Okay, sit properly.
I'm tired, and I wasn't expecting this, to be honest. And this chair is not getting. Oh wait.
Oh, I didn't know it
This-
goes up.
Okay. You see me with my brown eyes because I usually wear my blue eyes.
You get the double,
Yeah.
the double thing.
Okay.
So we
But-
can look over your game. If
But
you want.
actually,
Oh, sorry, you don't need it. Yeah, you don't need it.
okay. Okay. So.
So let me just bring it up.
Okay.
At least one of us is doing better than the other. Hello, Goku.
I mean, I'm not.
There you go.
I mean, I just got on the preparation. That's the thing. You should get to the preparation. I was somewhere 34, 30 something.
I can't believe you prepped that much.
I've prepped
34.
it, and like I've waited, like I've prepped like 10 variations.
Okay.
And wait, okay, so let me explain to you guys. I've never played with this woman in my life, ever, ever. So she's from Romania, so I got like the whole fit because she was Romanian. And like,
Yeah.
okay, so it was like D4.
You can go like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
there.
you're right. Okay, so this is like the variation. I usually play this, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so she had like 3 games in this, only 3 games. So okay, so the variation is pretty easy. You're going with the castling, and at some point it depends on the plan she's playing. So there's 2 plans. After, wait, 6. Pressing the wrong button. So in this position, there's like 2 plans. The one with g6 and knight g7 and bishop f5, you're exchanging the bishops. And there's the other one in which she's playing bishop e6. Wait, bishop e6, and after bishop e6, the thing that differs is for white, not for black, because black has the same variations over and over again. But if she was playing with bishop e6, I was the one I should have played. Wait, sorry. I should have played the knight f3. But at g6, you have to play the knight in e2. So that's the difference between
Why?
these 2. Because at g6 you're coming with knight e2, rook e1 and e4 straight away. But at bishop e6 you're gonna play knight f3 and rook e1 and open the position pretty fast because he's gonna castle on the king on the queen's side. Wait, one. Yeah, everybody's. Yeah, everybody. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't prepped because I just watched. I watched it once, like the variation and everything. So she played the one with g6, knight g2. No, wait, knight e2, knight g7. I was preparing this, and in this position, at this, yeah, I've played e4, which is also a variation, so I knew what was gonna happen. Exchange d5. Okay, so in this position, guys, if you ever get to this, I don't think you're gonna get to this. You usually castle. So there's like castling, taking. Okay, so I waited for this one, and my coach was like, "Oh, I hoped."
What?
Wait, what?
Oh, sorry, nothing.
And he was like, I prayed for your opponent to play to castle, because in this variation, okay, you're taking, and in this, like, you're exchanging the rooks. This is the variation. Wait, and in this precise position, you have to play the best move actually, and the preparation was knight g1.
Oh!
Yeah, and he was like, think about it. You're playing really fast. You're at the 21st move, and you're playing knight g1. They're gonna take you for a. Cheating. Yeah, they're gonna be like, this girl is cheating. So I was so scared that she's gonna play that, because I had like 1 hour and 37 minutes.
What? Really?
Yeah, and she had like 20 minutes, and I had like, so I was scared to even get off the chair, and I was staying there for the whole time. I wanted to go to the bathroom, but I was too scared that people would think that I'm doing something, because I was moving fast. So okay, so she didn't play that. I was sad for 30 seconds, and then like okay, so knight f4. I knew the first 3 variations. There's like castling, one of them. There's like everything is good. Wait. Yeah, castling, I think. The other one is like, I think rook d8. I don't remember for sure, but queen c5 wasn't one of those. And I was like, wait, this is not a good move, because it wasn't one of those. And in this position, I waited for, I think about it, but... Okay, so this was not the... Oh, wait. Yeah, she castled.
Okay.
So in this position, yeah, knight b6. To be honest, it wasn't nothing to think about it. But in this position, the best move, which I didn't thought about it, because she was in time trouble, and I was trying to play good but fast, so she will have to think on her time, not on mine. So don't do this. I'm not.
That's better than me. I'm thinking too much.
Poor soul. I didn't think a second. Wait, sorry. Anyway, so in this position, the best move is queen a4.
Oh.
Yeah. So queen a4. So you're just trying to do something, but wait, I don't know what's happening. Anyway, so and after that you're taking in e4. So the thing in this position is you're trying not to exchange the queens. Because look at the structure, look at the king's position, just try to not exchange as many pieces as you can, because you're trying to attack. So I wasn't aware of that. So
thank you, JK. I'll see you later.
Oh, bye. So in this position I took here, she took, oh wait, h5. So in this position, knight at c6. I was thinking maybe she wanted to play knight e2, but I was going in before. So I was like everything or nothing. Yeah. So
all or nothing.
All or nothing. She went like this. So maybe it wasn't. I didn't play the bestest. Yes. Word though, but yeah.
You can make it a word. We make up words here all the time.
Anyways, I was actually thinking about a draw, because after I finished with the opening, I was like, damn, what am I gonna do now? Okay, let's go for it. And I was like a little bit scared, to be honest. I was like, oh my god, my preparation was so well, like it went so well. God, I'm not losing. Oh. So I was trying to calm down, and in this position was actually drawish, but I think she played really bad the end game. Like, okay, in this position, I didn't calculate it.
Thank you, Goku. I'll see you later too. Sorry, I didn't say bye to you.
Bye. It's night. Good night. Okay, so in this position, I didn't saw king d7, but I was lucky that I could. She wanted to repeat it, so then I just changed the path, because I didn't want it to draw. at first I was like, let's try 2 times, and after that, let's not try it the 3rd times, you know, we're not drawing this. And, yeah, oh my god, this is actually drawish. Oh my god, this is actually draw! I thought that I was winning! I thought that I'm gonna come and take the pawns, and that's like, sad story, but, damn.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, your attitude matters a lot. So.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so the end game is like, I've played really good the end game, kinda.
Yeah.
Andrea Christina is the bestest. Oh, thank you. You are faster, wyverns. You're the wyvernessest. I don't know if this is a word. Okay, but I'm hyped because I got on the preparation. My coach is proud of me, which is something because he has no feelings. So I'm proud. I'm proud of myself. But also, people don't play like me. Disclaimer, I'm not a good chess player.
Yes, you are, Andrea!
I'm going for the norms. I'm going for the women Grandmaster norm, even though I don't have my international master norm. But I'm going for the Grandmaster one.
Go for it.
Yes. Yes.
Just skip.
I'm skipping, like, I'm that good. I'm skipping a level. White here every time.
Well, of course. White is 2 pawns up, of course.
I mean, come on!
Of course.
Come on!
That's really good. I'm so happy that you
I'm so happy because I couldn't play the senior national this year, and like I was really mad at some point because people were like, "Oh, she's in the Olympic team, but she's not playing the senior championships." So right now,
you.
No, the federation, the people at the federation.
No, I mean you're not playing the Olympic team, or who?
I'm not I'm in the extended Olympic team.
Yeah.
I'm not in the Olympic team.
Yeah.
So right now I'm trying to get into the Olympic team so I can get a Wikipedia page. No, for real, this is what I want in life, a Wikipedia page. And then there's gonna be like, life, she's a successful businesswoman / entrepreneur /
You
playing
can make your own Wikipedia page.
And then there's gonna be like, life.
Some of us are in the Olympic team and don't have a Wikipedia page.
And then at life we're gonna be like, she's a really successful chess player from Romania. She won them all. She's the best. Oh yeah.
Woo!
Hyped. I'm so hyped, my dear. But anyways, guys, I'm good. I came here to comfort my baby. My baby.
Oof, I'm gonna need comforting. Hopefully tomorrow I do up again. Thank you, Mr. Binks, for the follow.
Just to look at Mary. She drew. Oh,
here's Mary.
Mariora. Oh. I see a draw isn't enough for you. Huge congrats. Thanks.
Mariora n-a câștigat.
No, she drew.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought she won. Okay. Waterford Wizard. Okay.
True, it's true, Johnny.
From the land of your wiki, yeah.
I'm not even born. If we take the Wikipedia page, because I don't have one, so actually. I'm not a real person, man. I'm not a real person.
Anyways, I think we're gonna wrap up. Did anyone redeem Gathering? Because I want to I want to raid Andy Recht from. He's also playing in the European Championships.
Really?
Andrea Navicesta.
Hi.
You passed her. You came in with her. Did you not see? You came in with her. The playing hall today. She was in front of you. I thought you knew. I thought you were speaking with her. Oh.
Because I don't have any friends.
Yeah,
because in life, if you want to be
have
successful, you have to have partners and you have to have friends, but business friends, you know, like we don't do friendships in chess, man. This is everything. Oh wait, again. How's it say?
All or nothing.
All or nothing, man. All or nothing. I came here to poison Diana.
Okay. Hopefully you poison me with your good chest, please. So we're gonna friends at GTO. What's that? What's GTO? What? Oh, I don't know what that means.
Who knows that?
Okay. Anyways, we're gonna go and raid Andy Rect. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And hopefully we have a better chance tomorrow. But today it wasn't such a good game. I didn't play so well. And thank you, Andrea, for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, Patrick, for commentating. I really appreciate it. You'll be seeing him tomorrow. And I will go and eat something now and drown in my pool of tears.
Actually, the pool is closed. It's only 1 hour a day.
Andrea, I meant my
It's
pool
closed.
for my
You can get COVID, Diana. You can swim, Diana.
Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Lots and lots of love, and thank you for all the support and everything. And thank you as well, Waterford Wizard, for the gift of subs, and Empty Statement for the gift sub too. So, and thanks also to Luke. Thank you, Thiketa, for
Oh, thank you.
for commentating too. I really appreciate it. Hey, Celtic Charmer, how are you doing? Thank you all, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, 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 bye. Oh, you have to do the gang sign. It's like this. Yes!
I'm in the gang.
Well, you have to connect them, but okay. It's like this. Yeah, okay, good. It's hard and then connected. Okay.
This is complicated. But I'm in a gang.
It's the Darling Gang. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye, 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 bye.
Make sure to turn